Like this.
Now we are going to go into our next film. After which, hello, hello.
It feels like home.
All right.
Bella, hurry up! So, do you ladies know what they're teaching this week? Fornication.
A new epidemic has arrived, especially among the youth, as super gonorrhea.
I think there's something wrong with me.
Haven't you been talking to her about that?
Why do I have so many pimples? Is it contagious? What if it is? I touched your arm. Okay, wait. Everyone calm down. I think I'm dying. Maybe next week.
How did you end up in this one? What was that journey that had you ending up in this film?
So my mom,
Your mom, who you have conversations in real life like you have with your on screen mom.
yeah, my real mom
Your real mom.
brought me here for an audition, and I auditioned and got the part. Yes.
And that's how we are here.
Yes.
All right. Angel, you play a role where you have to be really frank. Let's give Angel her attention, please. Your attention, please. Thank you. Angel, you star in this film where you're playing someone in primary school or in high school?
Around secondary school.
Okay.
I'm not sure though.
Let's say around maybe standard 8 for
Yeah.
one. Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's going through some really real things?
Yes.
Right. And I think I have to commend you that you really put on a spectacular performance on this film.
Thank you very much.
Right. And in particular, I really appreciate the honesty with which you bring to the role. And this doesn't have to be a question about you. It can be about a friend. Yeah. Did you feel that there were actual parallels between your friend's life and the life of Bella?
I can't say, like, we don't like talk deep stuff with my friends, but maybe. Yeah.
So, considering that you're not having these kinds of conversations with your friends, and yet you're having to put them up on screen, how is it that you found the truth of the character? How is it that you were able to find, okay, I can do this and I can actually make it believable, because it was actually quite believable?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like shooting different movies and being on different sets with different people, I've just adapted to it. So when I'm shooting something, the role just connects.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, boom.
Angel, you make it sound so easy, so easy. Yeah, and I think that's really because you're good at what you do. What was it like working with the directors, Abigail and Kaiwawi?
The directors were really nice. They told us what to do, what to not do. Well, they were just particularly really kind. They were really good. And I feel like they made shooting the film much easier because of their, like, kindness and the way they treated us casts. Yeah.
Would you like to talk about what your favorite scene to film was, or your favorite day of filming?
My favorite scene, maybe the breaking the plate one. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got to break a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were little, did you break things and your mom was like, yeah, vunja zote. In fact, take this one and break this one as well. Yeah.
Totally.
And now you get paid to break things.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
All right, the final question that I have for you.
Yes.
Obviously, this is a film that carries a message, right?
Yeah.
I'll ask you the same question that I asked the other people that came up
Yeah.
with this. What message are you hoping that people get from this film once they've seen it?
Well, firstly, I think that people shouldn't overreact at times, and they should seek clearer information before jumping into conclusions and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps talk to someone who might know better instead of Googling your symptoms and finding out that you're going to die next week, right?
Yes.
That's right. Okay. Thank you so much. I think you put on an awesome performance.
Thank you too.
Yes. Let's give it up one more time for Angel.
Okay, my name is Damari Sirungo Cheng. I'm an international Emmy award-winning writer. But do I say? I have worked on shows such as Pepeta, Crime and Justice, back in the day, Makutano Junction, and many more. We'd be here all night if I went on and on. Yeah.
10.
Good evening. My name is Wanjiro Cairo. Hi. I'm also an Emmy award-winning writer. Yeah, I've worked on a number of TV shows from Makutano Junction, that's where we started out, and all the way to Big Girl, Small World. What else? There's too much. But we've been in this industry hustling, and yeah, we're proud to be part of this program. It's been an amazing opportunity.
Right. So I think, first of all, I think everyone is curious. What did you all win Emmys for?
For Shujaz, on a 3-platform category for a radio drama, comic, and a movie, Jongo Love. Wow. That's how we were together. Okay. 2-time actually, 2012, 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, nice. Okay. Where do you keep the trophy? Like, is it just sitting in your house?
It's in the office, the Shujaz office.
Okay.
But once in a while we go and just,
yeah,
massage it. Unajikumbusha, when the going gets tough, unajikumbusha. I'm an Emmy award-winning writer. You go.
That's true.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the programs, the projects that you're working on. I believe that they are in the development stage right now. And seeing what Kenya has created so far, we're looking forward to what is coming. So if you could tell us a little bit about the projects that you're working on.
Yeah, thank you. My TV show, which started out as a web series, is called The Awkward Years. And it's essentially about that phase when you're transitioning from, childhood to becoming an adult. It's very cringe-worthy, it's very funny, and it's very dark. I guess, yeah, it's a 5-part anthology series. Each episode will be 25 minutes long.
Sorry, let me just interrupt you there. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, if we could keep the conversation to a minimum so that we can really respect what's going on stage right now. I'd be very grateful. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, so my TV show is known as Churched, which is basically, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and so these are conversations. I was attending a parenting teen class at my church, and the statistics that were given about the rate of HIV infection amongst young people from ages 12 to 24 was actually at the highest. And for me, it was really shocking and a panic. And so when this opportunity came, I was like, I think it's time we stopped burying our heads in the sand as Christians, as whatever we believe in, and have these conversations with our young people. And so that's what this is about. And it's a dramedy, so we're going to tell it in a funny and nice way. Yeah, have fun with it.
And these, I had said web series erroneously, obviously. These are actual TV series that are in the process of being developed right now.
We are in development.
Yes, all right. So I just would like to know if we were to make a reason to the audience as to why they really need to watch these or get the young people in their lives to watch this series, what would that reason be?
Do you want to start?
Yeah, why not? I mean, what did you just say at the beginning of this whole conversation is when we were growing up, the only thing that we had that was sexual reproduction, they were teaching us about sex, was this Raphael Tuju documentary which traumatized a whole bunch of us. You go to your parents, you're like, now how do you even start beginning to have this conversation? So it's just your peers that you talk to. And there's still a bit of that generational gap, even with maybe not myself or Dama as parents, but there's people out there who really have a hard time. So it'd be amazing if we can just bridge that gap a little bit, that the parents can see themselves and what they went through in the series, and the kids can also, maybe muster up the courage to talk about these things. Yeah.
So open and free and honest communication between the two generations. That's what you hope you'll achieve from this. All the best. All the best. Yes. Damaris?
Yeah, thank you. That's the same for me as well, because I'm a parent to a teenager. She's 14. And I remember when she was about 11, it was time to have the conversation. So Abigail's film here played out exactly that way, because my husband threw it at me. She's a girl, that's your conversation. And I remember, because for me, my sex talk with my mom was, ukicheza na vijana, utapata mimba. That was it. And so I didn't want that for my girl. And it was not exactly easy having that conversation. So I want to be able to empower even the teenagers themselves to bring up these conversations, because sometimes for parents, it's not like they don't want to talk to you, but they're a bit scared, they don't know how to approach it, but there's a way even a younger person can make this conversation happen. So just empowering, families to bond over real conversations, because these are real life issues. Yeah.
So you guys are part of the change. You're trying to break the cycles around the conversations of sexual reproductive health between parents and their children. And you're not just doing it in your homes, you're also doing it in your work.
Kabisa.
Thank you so much for the work that you're doing. One more time, let's give it up for Damaris and Wanjiro.
Thank you.
One more time. Those projects are called The Awkward Years and Churched. And if you want to follow what's happening in the development of these series, please follow DocuBox East Africa, or DocuBox EA on social media platforms, and look out for those. All the best to those projects, all the best to the work. So,
the first time I found out where babies came from, I was shook.
Mom, how dare you let Dad do that to you? Dad, how dare you do that to Mom?
Endo ambie baba yako nimeenda kulala.
Dad, mama amesema. The first time I had to go and buy a condom in a very conservative place, it was the most damn-shaking time of my life.
Nani yako na password hizi condom dogo?
Every single person in the world has body insecurities. It's gonna get you money, but I'm on the
right onto the stage, the writer, director, and also actor, featuring in Know Thy Body, Know Thyself. Please put your hands together for Mr. Tainga Shira. There he is. Keep it going as he gets on the stage. All right. And playing a younger Tai, the gentleman that you saw flexing his muscles on the screen against the mirror, like looking in the mirror, shopping for condoms in conservative Nyeri. And I don't know how it is that the condom is the one that the code cannot be read for. Like that it's not going to read the code. And somehow someone is going to raise it and say, hey, wapi ile code ya ile ndogo? Yes. I think he put on a really awesome performance. So please put your hands together for Mr. Owen Nyasato. Hey, Owen, you look nothing like the character you played, man. Ty is asking me what am I trying to say. Me, I already said it. I wasn't trying. Anyway, Ty, here you are. I know this is a film debut, your directorial debut. I mean, this is a debut on many, many, many levels. And the first question I usually like to ask is, how do you feel, man? Having made this crossover. The audience has seen the film. The film is now complete because an audience has seen it. It's complete. How does it feel?
It feels good. I was hiding at the. I didn't watch the film with you guys, but I was waiting for the laughter to hear. Like if it's gonna be good, if it's bad, I was just going to go home and just. yeah. But it feels good, especially tackling such big topics with humor. That was really hard to, and especially after all the wonderful films we've seen, because I started with the writers and everyone talked about their film, and they were so deep, body insecurity, and then I was like, so buying condoms, So yeah, it was that kind of thing, yeah.
Not just buying condoms, but also imagining I'm on the pill. I think I have seen you perform
Yes.
What do you call it? A bit? A sketch?
It's a bit.
It's a bit.
Yes,
yeah, I think I've seen you perform that bit before.
Yes.
So what is it that inspired you now? Like, I think this bit could actually make a really good film. And then how did you go about making it?
The first time we engaged, and they asked me they wanted me to write a film.
And who's they?
First, the others in the either. Okay, I'm saying that. No, it was. No, first of all, when DocuBox called and said they were interested in me doing something with them, I was a bit scared. So the first film I wrote, this was the second concept. The first film I wrote was about some 4 boys, like a heist for buying condoms, right? So if you have money, the script is still there. Don't worry. But at its core, it was, they told me so when DocuBox were like, we chose you for your comedy. We need you to bring it out in your work. Like they told Adele with her poetry. So I was like, okay, I have this idea. It's gonna look weird, but listen. And then they were very accommodative and it worked. Yeah, yes. Lazima it work.
Sakaja must go. Did someone say no? Oh, no, they said go. Okay, yes.
Akona dimples. But Akona dimples.
Yeah, man, the criteria we use to vote people into office, man, and then we suffer like this. Well, so Ty, having decided to take this experimental route, have you now learned something about how your own personal experience? I would love to know how much of this is your own personal experience, actually.
60%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to ask which part of it
please
was the 60%. Have your parents seen this film?
They're going to on Wednesday.
On Wednesday?
Yeah, that's
where? I would like to be there just to see them.
No. We just we're just going. I'm going to send it to them, and then we're just probably gonna go home and we're gonna sit. They were like, we've heard about this, so let's talk about it. And I'll probably even be farther away by the time the show is showing. Yeah.
So just like Adele found that line between poetry, her self-expression, and film. What is it that you've learned about your personal experience performing comedy and now translating that into film?
I think comedy is a very lonely journey, especially stand-up comedy, because I write for myself, I stand by myself, people laugh at my jokes. But film involved a lot of teamwork. And having to sell this to people, like there isn't like a script, it's like we are shooting a TikTok. So, and then you have these experienced actors who are like, So I think it took a time for me to sell the idea to them. And I think learning to rely on others was what I really learned a lot on this film. Yeah.
Learning to rely on others.
Yes.
It wasn't a lonely journey anymore.
Yes.
That's right. And I'm going to ask you to big up your cast and crew who might be in the house. But before we do that, let's speak to Owen a little bit. Owen, man. Before I start talking to Owen, let me just put a shameless plug here because this is a conversation about SRH. There's a show on TV and now on YouTube called Tuki, that also tackles issues of sexual reproductive health. It stars Vanessa Okeyo, who you saw earlier in Home. And it tells a story about a girl who moves from Migori into Nairobi. She's chasing an acting dream. I know we've seen this story before. But then it actually follows the sexual reproductive health journeys of 3 girls in Nairobi who could be anyone. And Owen plays a role in that as a bad boy.
Yes, I am.
And I'd always imagined, Owen would play bad boys, but here you play something of a mild-mannered person who's also discovering his own thing.
Of course, yeah.
I really would like to know what your experience of working on this film was, and when you received the script and were told, okay, now this is actually based on a comedy bit, and you are going to be playing a younger version of Tai. What was that like for you?
Well, actually, when I auditioned, I sent my show reel, and then I got the call back, and I was sent the excerpts of only where I was. So I wasn't sent the whole script. But when I got to set, that's when I read the whole script. And I actually thought, oh, this is really cool. You know, it's not something conventional. But as per my experience, growing up, I was the skinniest kid in school.
You were the skinny kid in school?
Yeah, both in high school and in primary. And so when you're actually told that you're skinny, you need to put rocks in your pocket so that you don't get blown with the wind off. You know, it really gets to you. And at the end of the day, what I actually sort of learned was that you being skinny doesn't mean you're not a man. You know?
You being skinny, that means that you're not?
You're not a man.
Hey, okay. I was a skinny kid as well. And I was told the same thing. Yeah. So you being skinny doesn't mean you're not a man.
Yeah, but what being a man is actually embracing the differences within you and those around you, and uplifting those that are close with you. And so this was not only just a film that I did, but it was me trying to pass out a message to all the skinny boys out there. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I would like to know if you ever had anything of an experience close to the character that you play in the supermarket.
It's funny because when I go for the condoms, I'm not shaky or shy. But I just go and pick and I'm buying this. Yeah. It's better to be safe than sorry.
That's cool. I'm sure we could all learn a little bit of that from you.
Yeah.
And I think, so seeing that there are these parallels between your life and the life of the character that you're playing, but also you're very different
for sure.
From the character that you're playing. How do you bridge that gap?
Well, I have been working out now for 3 months. Yeah. I don't think if I flex right now, I'll be skinny as I looked in. Yeah, so I guess ourselves to be our own best friends and make sure that whatever we tell ourselves is not only positive, but also make sure that we grow not only as an individual, but also as a person in the society. And yeah, it's a journey in progress, but slowly but sure we will get there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Owen. Final question for you, Tai. I'm wondering why you had so many people playing you. I did get that the child was playing you. First of all, did he have any idea what was going on?
Yes, his name is Randy.
Yes.
And Randy had, his mom was with him the whole time. Like his mom was explaining. I couldn't talk to him. So what your mom and father do? So I had to be like, yeah.
And did she explain it to him?
Yeah, she was very patient with him. He had to go to school after the shoot. So we had to shoot real early with him, but he was very excited about it. Yeah, so I think the inspiration was Everybody Hates Chris. So like, he got a lot of people to like, as he grows up sometimes, so it was like, someone is you, but really not you. So and the point of the film was, because the other films were very heavy on girls' journeys. So I wanted one on the journey of young men from childhood to young adulthood. Yeah. So I was like, what it means when you're this age, what it means when you're this age, what it means when you're this age. That's why I got many people to play it in the first place. Yeah, and I want actors to get paid. So, yeah. Yeah.
And my guy, you got an all-star cast, man.
Thank you.
There were some big names in there.
Yeah. So you can imagine how it was as a first-time director. Shoot ikikaa hivi, shuke hivi. Yeah, it was not a good, but it was a very good experience, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we have looking forward to? Aside from this, 4 boys go on a heist to buy condoms, is this something that you're willing to continue doing?
Yeah, I think filmmaking is something but I want to learn more. Like, I feel like that experience I have the idea, but I think I need to appreciate those people who are already doing it. So to like sit by their shadow and like just be part of it, because I have a couple of ideas and a couple of things I want to do, but I want to just be with people who are in the game and I can learn from. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So very quickly, if you could big up your crew as quickly as you can, the people that were here, because we want them to have their time in the spotlight.
Yeah, it's okay. I feel like the PE teacher, the math teacher before PE. So I'm going to just. Mary, my producer, she couldn't make it, but she was a wonderful help, right? Carol, my AD, she was so good. She helped me with the technical parts of this, right? V-Box, my director of photography, he was amazing. Adrian, my script supervisor. Michelle, who made everyone look good, except me, because she was like, "What was Siak and makeup?" I'm like, "What? Is that a compliment or?" Yeah. So all of the car, Hulk, Shira, Patience, Randy, like Owen over here was just killing it on the, yeah. So I feel all the cast and crew who bought into my idea, thank you very much, and thank you for being part of this. Thank you.
One more time for Ty and Owen, everyone.
Mtazamaji, kunaendelea kuwa kutamu tena zaidi. Ni asubuhi moja iliyobambika tena zaidi. Wapo bado unaendelea kutazama, tumetoka maeneo ya Shalom House ama Garden House upande wa Ngong Road. Shughuli ambayo tulikuwa pale hivyo ni shughuli ya Kenya Creates, a premiere ya films ambazo ziliweza kutengenezwa na watu kwa ufadhili wa DocuBox, East African Documentary Films Fund, kwa mpigo tena zaidi. Nakaribisha very special way katika episode ya leo. Leo ni tarehe 24 March 2025. We are still marching on kwa progress moja kubwa tena zaidi. We are still marching on kwa kuletea vipindi ambavyo vinakuburudisha kila siku ya Monday ama Jumatatu hapa katika KUTV Rise to the Art and Culture Monday. Karibu katika show yenye siku ya leo. Tunataka tuongelee kuhusu mbwembwe ambazo zimekuwa katika weekend nzima na vile ambavyo tutakutengenezea wiki ikae. WRC, World Rally Champions, zimeweza kuhappen za Safari Rally. Kumeweza kuwaka sana upande wa Hell's Gate kule upande wa Vasha. Hapa hivi upande wa Nairobi kulinoga tena zaidi siku ya jana, Kenya versus Gabon. Kenya ikiweka mchezo wa haiba yake kwa barabara kuingia katika stadium before game, na vijana nao Harambee Stars wakafanya mambo yao, wakaweza kupita pale hivyo, a narrow defeat 2-1 ambayo ilikuwa very spectacular, but the main goal was watu kufurahia, na walifurahia tena zaidi. On top of all that, wale ambao ni wasanii waliongoza ngoma, tukasikia hadi zingine za kuchant, wanasema wanachant sana pale hivyo nje, wanachant sana, wanachant Hell's Gate, wanachant Nyayo Stadium. Ujumbe bado ni the same, na pia rais aliweza kuhudhuria michezo hii miwili. Aliweza kuhudhuria finals za WRC Rally, aliweza pia kuhudhuria Kenya versus Gabon qualifiers za AFCON. Imekuwa tamu tena zaidi. Leo nataka tuangalie haya yote, alafu tuangalie the place of art in art and culture katika kushughulikia mambo ya mental health. Ndio maana kutoka upande wa Amazing Minds Africa and Kenyatta University Department of Wellness Center tunakuletea Berry and Seda hapo hivyo, tupate kuongea kuhusu masuala ya anxiety na vijana. sana sana wa kiume. Mental health yako ikoaje? Unapata vijana wako na anxiety sana because they are young, they are energetic. Most of them hawana resources but wako na energy na wako na power. Their dreams are big. Wanafika mahali wanauliza, bado hii safari tunapenya upande ule mwingine, tunafika ama hatufiki? Haya maswali yote yanafanya wakuwe na anxiety. And today we want to address questions on anxiety, matters to do with anxiety, issues to do with anxiety, how you can help yourself, how you can cope with it, na maswala kama hayo. So tuongana na Mariam Seda tupata kuongelea kuhusu hayo maswali. Alafu kama we ni artist ambaye unapenda poetry, 21st March tumekuwa na siku kubwa tena zaidi ya World Poetry Day, na hizo celebrations hazijaisha. All this month tunakuamia hapo hivyo kwa Poetry Day na kwa ni Poetry Month, na tukiungana na mkubwa wa pale hivyo Poetry After Lunch ama pale ukipenda, rafiki yangu wa karibu namuita Kenneth B Odongo. Tupate kuongea na Kenneth B, tuangalie the place of poetry in conversations za peace, inclusion ya animals both wild and domestic katika hii conversation ya peace na masuala kama hayo. Itakuwa kuja hapa hivi tuongee kuhusu hii shughuli wako nayo na World Animal Protection. Wamekuwa wakifanya kazi mingi sana, wanashikana na watu wa World Animal Protection ku promote tourism through talent ama culture zetu pale hivyo Kenya National Theatre. Unawapata hapo hivyo kila Thursday Poetry After Lunch. Leo tutakuwa hapa hivi studio, tuambie nini kipya kiko pale hivyo, ni pieces gani mpya ziko pale hivyo, ni shughuli gani zipya ziko pale hivyo, projects ambazo wanasukuma wakitumia Poetry After Lunch na vile vile WAP ama World Animal Protection. Tukitoka hapo hivyo tutakuwa tukiongea kuhusu masuala ya wanawake. Wanasema in struggles za kuensure tunaweka gender equity and women empowerment, kuna kitu moja tunasahau sana na wanaita period poverty. So tunataka ku have conversation ya ending period poverty. Tutakuwa na Mary OJWANG pale hivyo, tutakuwa na wao watuelezee kuhusu hii mbinu mpya ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanawake wanapopata siku zao za hedhi zinakuwa ni more affordable, zinakuwa ni siku zenye ziko more comfortable kwao, kwa sababu wako na kifaa cha kuensure kinaleta sustainability hapo hivyo. Sio kila wakati sanitary towels zinakuja na effects zake. Well, wanasema wako na a product yenye ni more sustainable, more affordable na inasaidia wanawake wote kwa jumla. Tukitoka huko bado tutakuwa tukiongea kuhusu yale ambayo yanaendelea katika vichwa vya habari. Leo ni mengi ya katika ile sekta. Kutoka upande wa auctioneers, wanamtafuta jamaa kwa jina Moses Kuria. Daily Nation wanasema politician has denied ownership of UAE registered firm making big moves in the public and private sectors. Hapo hivyo picha ambayo wameka pale hivyo ni ya Moses Kuria ambaye alikuwa CS wa Ministry of Trade, akatoka hapo hivyo akaingia public service, akatoka hapo akaambia umefanya kazi mingi sana, wachana kazi ya ministry kuja tu ku advisor kwa economic planning ya president. Hapo ndo ako The Standard wanaongea kuhusu trust issues. Wewe unalia sana umekuwa na trust issues, pengine na mpenzi wako, pengine na marafiki wako, pengine na familia yako. The Standard wanaongea kuhusu the trust issues between President William Ruto and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Wanasema NIS warning, na kwamba hii ni warning kutoka kwa National Intelligence Service. Skiza, after a court ruled that Azimio was the majority party in parliament, ODM began pushing for the leader of majority seat. But a warning from the National Intelligence Service stated that granting this position could empower the opposition party to pursue the president's impeachment. As a result, President William Ruto strategically backed down and opted to offer other key committee positions instead. Hii ni taarifa ambayo iko katika ukurasa wa 4 gazeti la The Standard. Kunani pale hivyo katika siasa za nchi ya Kenya. Business Daily wanaongea sana kuhusu masuala ya biashara, ambapo wanaongea leo kuhusu uhusiano wa Nigeria na State House ya Kenya, wakisema Nigeria firms 6 State House backing in battle for CBK deal. Wanasema local banks oppose plan to build a new payment system. Nigerian company in joint venture with e-Citizen farm. Umesikia sana wakisema kwamba hatutaki pesa zinapitia hapa na zinaanza kwa government, alafu zingine zinapitia hapa, zingine zinapitia hapa. Wanasema hivyo ndivyo ambavyo tuna develop corruption nchini Kenya. So pesa zote zipitie e-Citizen. Nayo e-Citizen sasa ndo nasikia imeshikwa mateka pale hivyo. Iko na farm kutoka Nigeria na wanasema wanataka wapigi biashara moja safi sana na State House ndo CBK iweze kuapprove miswada yao ama deal yao ukipenda, kama vile ambavyo imeweza kuandikwa. Haya yote tutakuwa tukiangalia, tuangalie mpaka vichwa vya habari kulingana na yale ambayo reporter wetu wametuandalia papa hapa katika KUTV Rise Today. Good morning na karibu kwa mpigo tena zaidi. Unaniita OJWANG, mtoto wa MARIAM, Senior Warrant Officer 1 ama Luteni Kanali. Nikiingia kuangalia jinsi ambavyo barabara zina happen ama vile ambavyo kuko, tutakuwa tukiangalia street situations. Nini kiko pale hivyo? Ni nini wewe ambaye uko kwa street unafaa kujua? Hapo hivyo nataka connect na vitu ambavyo vitakuwa vikiendelea wiki hii ama wiki ambayo inakuja kutoka 28th March. Tuingie barabarani ni kuchapi haya yote tukiwa barabarani. Mtazamaji, kama uko barabarani, uko on the street, unajua hata mpaka watu wako home, lakini mentality yao iko kwa barabara, wako barabarani. Hustler yoyote anaamini ako barabarani. Kama anatokea, anasema anatokea barabarani. Huko barabarani tunakuletea habari njema tena zaidi kuhusiana na public lecture ambayo inakufaa wewe. Kenyatta University inakupatia a chance ya kureimagine the future of higher education in Kenya for sustainable learning ecosystem. Ni shughuli ambayo ni public lecture ambayo umeweza kuhostiwa ama kuandaliwa na Profesa Washeke Wanjohi ambaye ni Vice Chancellor ama AG, Acting Vice Chancellor Kenyatta University. Anakuandalia bonge la public lecture, wewe upate kusikiza kutoka kwa gwiji ambao wanahusiana na masuala ya sustainability, masuala ya ecosystem, masuala ya uvumbuzi katika higher education ama higher learning. Namzungumzia Profesa Raphael Munavu EBS. Pale hivyo atakuwa anakuja kuhakikisha kwamba anatupea, yeye ni distinguished figure, atupee presence yake, atuelezee kuhusu tajriba ama experience yake in Kenya's academic and public service sector. Na haya yote atayafanya through public lecture ambayo itafanyika tarehe 28, nazungumzia kuhusu 28th March 2023 at Kenyatta University's Amphitheater. KU Amphitheater inajulikana kila mtu. Members of the public wanakaribishwa, members of Kenyatta University community wanakaribishwa, kutoka kwa comrades ambao wanataka kujua what do we offer in the future. Mimi kama comrade nimekuja Kenyatta University, kuna course yangu na sukuma ikuwe ni ya miaka 4, kuna course yangu na sukuma inaweza kuwa ya miaka 5 kwa wahandisi ama engineers, kuna course yangu na sukuma inaweza kuwa ya miaka 6 kwa madaktari, kuna course yangu na sukuma ya miaka 4 plus mingine mitatu Kenya School of Law, unakuwa wakili. Future ikoaje in terms of sustainability? Future ikoaje katika kuoanisha hii system na ile system nyingine? Ecosystem ndio nazungumzia. Ndio hii kozi yangu ipate kunipa hela, ndio hii kozi yangu ipate kunipa furaha, niweze kujifeel nimefurahi kwa hii career. Na vile vile watu wote ambao wao ni lecturers, watu wote ambao wanahusika katika kupea students this kind of knowledge, to converge sote at the heart of Kenyatta University, nazungumzia KU Amphitheater, tupate kupokea hii public lecture. Nikukumbushe tena ni tarehe 28, 28th March 2025. Tunakualikia pale hivyo ama tunakuletea mkubwa katika masuala ya Kenya's academic issues, masuala ya Kenya's public service ama public sector, Professor Raphael Munavu. Event inakuwa hosted na Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor Professor Washeke Wanjohi tarehe 28. Karibu sana kutoka saa 4. Barabarani bado kuna baridi leo. Walikuambia kutanyesha, hasa jiji la Nairobi kumenyesha. Na leo hii kupitia weather updates na arifu ya kwamba ama pia mimi nimeweza kujionea kumeamka na manyunyu maeneo fulani ya Nairobi. Maeneo haya wanasema kutakuwa na vipindi vya jua, vipindi vya manyunyu, mawingu mazito mazito. Kwa hivyo kama unatoka kutoka Nairobi unaingia your 9 to 5, unaingia your 8 to 4, make sure unavaa appropriately ama unapata kubeba nguo ambazo zitakusaidia masaa mengine ambayo yajayo. Haya, katika barabara traffic bado inaendelea kupambana na wakaaji wa Nairobi. Wewe uko nje ya Nairobi, please niambie barabara zikoaje pahali ambapo uko. Kama uko X or Twitter ukipenda unatuhusisha ukitumia KUTV_Kenya. Mimi mtoto wa Mariam, unanipata @OJWANG_Mariam. Facebook unaweza piga picha ya barabara mahali uko, wekelea pale hivyo Facebook KUTV Kenya, tutag @OJWANG_Mariam, tutag kama ni Instagram @KUTV Kenya. Ukiweza weka hashtag @culture_Monday, hashtag rise today kwa mpigo tena zaidi, hashtag barabarani, kwa sababu hapo ndo tuko. Naona traffic inapanda tena zaidi maeneo ambayo yameshikwa mateka zaidi kulingana na images ambazo napata, ni maeneo ya Thika Road. Thika Road imeshikana bumper to bumper, na wanasema usual suspects ni yale maeneo ya kawaida, watu ambao wanatoka upande wa Mathare, upande wa Dandora, Kariobangi, huko kote wanaenda kutumia outer ring. Wakitoka outer ring wakuja waingie Thika Road kupitia pale hivyo maeneo ya Delaru, hapo kumeshikana kote. Ukipanda maeneo ya Pangani bado ni vile vile, jam imeongezeka ×2, si ati imepungua kwa sababu watu wa Kiambu Road kuna wale wanakuja waingie Forest Road, wengine waingie Pangani. Hapana, jam iko bumper to bumper all the way kutoka hapa Mathare kupanda mpaka Pangani imeshikana. Watu ambao wanatoka Kiambu Road wanakuja kuingia Thika Super Highway, jam bado iko bumper to bumper. The other side of town, nikiangalia kuna kaaje the other side of town, na arifia pia watu wa Kimende from the other side of town. Ukikuja ndo uingie maeneo ya Wayakiwe, jam pia iko. Kimende baridi inakuja na kitu ambacho tunaita mist or fog. Hapo hivyo hakuna kuona fiti. So tunasema kama wewe ni dereva na mahali huko kuna fog, watu wa Kimende, Limuru, huko kote kuna fog, please make sure your speed lights ziko on, ndo uweze kuona oncoming na oncoming aweze kuona. Na vile vile kama unawasha mataa, unakuwa mtu muungwana, usiwashe mataa ya kuchoma wenzako macho. Hapana, ni ile tu ya kuonyesha, it's like a sign ya kuonyesha tu unakuja, naye yule mwingine anaona kuna mwingine anakuja. Alafu tunakuwa waangalifu hasa msimu huu wa vipindi vya mvua, tunakuwa bado tunakuarifu kama wewe ni mtu ambao uko mahali ambapo kuna kuaga na flooding, it's time you vacate, move to higher grounds. Kama umeshindwa kufanya vile, basi unaweza kuwa prepared. Bonga na wafanyakazi wa county hapo kwenyu, waweze unclog drainages, ndio drainage system ikuwe inanyooka, maji yakija yanakuja na kupita. On set naona tayari tuko na Kenneth B kutoka Poetry After Lunch na World Animal Protection. Tuongee kuhusu World Poetry Day, tuongee kuhusu mambo ambayo wanafanya kuprotect wanyama wa porini na wa nyumbani. Alafu vile vile tukitoka hapo hivyo tupige conversation na Berian Seda kuhusu mambo ambayo yanahusu men's mental health. Men, itakuwa ni session yetu hii kwa mpigo tena zaidi. So naingia break kidogo tena zaidi, alafu nikirejea tunaendelea na conversations zetu. Hii ni KUTV Rise Today kwa mpigo tena zaidi, Art and Culture Monday.
So my name is Jakub Petri. I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland. And I'm the main coordinator of the Cafe project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Ewa Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu, pepo pani idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Duniani Leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
They are powerful and influential. They make decisions in politics, education, finance, agriculture, health, sports, and all aspects of human life. But the impact of their decisions falls on you, the common citizen. KUTV Primetime News Thursday. We ask bold questions and pursue answers to the core to bring you closer to the story. We couldn't have it any other way. Join me, Auma Evans, as I raise matters of social concern to raise your voice from the background to the foreground.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Niambie kuhusu issue.
Chad Mativu, the country director, Light for the World, the sub-county teacher service commission officers present, the sub-county directors of education present, our esteemed partners. I see David, Daniel. Yes, I see Daniel. We have had very interesting conversation this morning. This was next step generation, and the many other partners who have joined us this morning and really sponsored this particular event. I also want to acknowledge all the senators present. I also want to acknowledge the principal of the hosting institution, Mr. Charles Kamande, the head teacher, Kenyatta University Comprehensive School. I also want to acknowledge all the teachers from the 3 sub-counties who are here, Roiro, Kasarani, Githurai, and we also want to appreciate all the members of staff of Kenyatta University, all the teachers of the Kenyatta University Comprehensive School. Also want to acknowledge our esteemed students and the congresspersons in terms of the special needs. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm really, really pleased to be here this morning. And I want to really say that I'm delighted to welcome you to this event, which even if being hosted by the Kenyatta University Comprehensive School, it is really an event of Kenyatta University, and we have partnered with the school. So I'm really delighted, therefore, to welcome you to the 15th Kenyatta University Disability Awareness Day under the theme Disability Inclusion through Community Outreach Activities. I also want to take this early opportunity to recognize that whereas for the last 14 years we have held Disability Awareness Days in our university, this is the first time we have gone out. And this is the first time that we are integrating a number of components to make sure that those who prepare the students right from primary school before they get to the university, awareness is created among them and training is done. So thanks to the board and the chair and the director for taking this bold step, and for my management for supporting me in supporting this event. So marking this day has been our tradition for more than a decade now, and it's firmly inscribed in the university's annual calendar of events. And this is testament of our commitment to embrace inclusivity in our premier institution as we endeavor to strengthen our cohesiveness as a university community in a bid to create a conducive learning and working environment for all. Indeed, as we gather here, we must always bear in mind that inclusive communities such as Kenyatta University stands to gain immensely by tapping into the abilities and talents of individuals with disability. We have continued to open our doors to students with disability, and thus far, we are the university with the highest number of students with disability, and I want to say not just the highest number, but diverse disabilities. And we are extremely very happy that our efforts to support inclusivity has borne fruit. We have many of our students with disability who have continued to excel in music and performing arts, and they have brought home an array of trophies over the years. We also want to take this opportunity to once again applaud our law student, Mr. Samson Onjuka, who set the new Africa long jump record in Paris, August 2024, in the Paralympic Games. He actually won a silver medal. And I want to underline that he is a law student, but because at Kenyatta University we create an environment where a student can be able to exploit their own potential, including those outside of their disciplines. And this to me is a testament, and that when you create an environment for the development of the whole student, then their potential and their own persons become their own limitation, but not the university. But this is also, the win by Samson Ojunga is also a testament that really disability is not inability. Our chief guests and ladies and gentlemen, this year's theme is in tandem with our philosophy and expresses our commitment to remain responsive to societal needs and offering support accordingly. Therefore, this year's Disability Awareness Day aims to sensitize the teachers from the 3 neighboring sub-counties, and at home, that is Kenyatta University Comprehensive School, as they interact with the learners with disabilities in their respective schools. Indeed, facilitating disability inclusion partly involves according equal opportunities for education, equal opportunities for employment, equal opportunities for community participation for persons with disability. It also involves the provision of appropriate support to enable different persons with disability to fully participate in all aspects of life. This support include modified built environments and digital platforms, adapted curriculum content and instruction, information in accessible formats, assistive devices, and personal assistance. And as a university, we are proud to provide adequate resources for our students with disability as we endeavor to continue improving our services to them. Today, we also gather here to witness the training of teachers, equipping them with special skills to nurture the future of learners with disability. And we do hope that this Disability Awareness Day will serve to catalyze the change, the review of all aspects in the respective schools so that they can better support the students with disability. You are the people that Kenya and indeed the rest of the world has hoped for in changing the narrative from disability is a liability to disability is an asset. And I hope that if you take nothing else from this Disability Awareness Day, that disability will not be viewed as a liability, but really as an asset. I therefore wish to extend a special thanks to you, to your employer, the TSC, and the Ministry of Education for according you this opportunity to attend this important event. Thank you very much, Bwana Haga and the entire ministry, and also the Teacher Service Commission.
Kabisa mpenzi mtazamaji, nakwambia kunaendelea kuwa tu kutamu tena zaidi, kunaendelea kukuelimisha tena zaidi. Hiyo ndo kazi ambayo ilituamsha siku ya leo. To make sure that kwa hiyo process ya wewe kuelimika, you're getting entertained. Tumetoka kuona some of the speeches zenye zilikuwa kwa International Day of People Living with Disabilities or World Disability Day last week. Na tunakukumbusha that on 28th March ya huu mwaka 2025 from 10 a.m. Kenyatta University main campus kutakuwa na public lecture ambayo tumealikwa sote. Wewe umealikwa, mimi nimealikwa, na ukifile hujasikika fiti ama hujaalikika fiti, then leo on KUTV Rise Today na kualika kwa hii public lecture. Ni sawa ancestors. Niachilieni kidogo tu ulimi. Na theme ya this year's public lecture ni about reimagining the future of higher education in Kenya for a sustainable learning ecosystem. We are ensuring that tunakuletea the best person from the world of academics, the best person from the public sector, best person kuongea masuala kuhusu private sector, full of experience ndio naongelelea. I'm talking about the guest speaker Professor Raphael Munavu EBS. This event iko hosted by Kenyatta University's Vice Chancellor Professor Washeke Wanjohi, PhD, FRSB, FKNAS, and the acting Vice Chancellor Kenyatta University. So sote tunaalikwa. This is a free event kutoka saa 4 hadi time itaisha. It's a public lecture kutoka saa 4 kwa sababu ni mbwembwe, energy, entertainment zote zitakuwa pale ndani. So ni kutoka saa 4 kuisha ni mpaka majaliwa ama inshallah. 28th March ndio siku ambayo tunafaa kufika. Itakuwa pale hivyo KU Amphitheater. Amphitheater sio kitu geni sana kwa watu kama Berian Seda ambaye tuko na yeye siku leo. Berian Seda ako hapa hivi tuongee kuhusu conversation on mental health. This particular day tunataka tuongee kuhusu anxiety. Berian Seda anatoka pale hivyo KU Wellness Center. Hapo ndo kila mtu ana deal na mambo ya mental health. If you are having stress and you need to kupatana na a pool of counselors, peer counselors from your age group or professional counselors kutoka kwa lecturers, hao ambao ni staff, watu ambao wamejitolea kuwork na comrades wakati ni mgumu. Tough times tunajipata economically, politically, socially, na watu wanapata stress sana. So ukiingia KU Wellness Center ndo unapataga clubs zina work na KU Wellness Center. I'm talking about people like Amazing Minds Africa, Basic Need, Basic Rights. Na siku ya leo tuko na representative from Amazing Mind Africa and KU Wellness Center, Berian Seda. Berian,
yes.
Karibu sana KUTV Rise Today.
Asante sana.
Art and Culture Monday. Wewe si mgeni hapa hivi.
Mimi ni mwenyeji.
Last time ulikuwa hapo ulikuwa na Madam Karen Blessing.
Yeah, we were there.
Talking
Karen.
about the same things.
Yeah.
Mental health, the mental challenges. Leo ni anxiety.
Leo ni anxiety.
Tufanye hivi, tuanze na kusalimia watazamaji wa KUTV Rise Today Art and Culture Monday. Wale ambao hawajakuona, it's been long kutoka hiyo time. Wakumbushe vitu ambavyo unafanya. Wakumbushe that una graduate this December from the best university in Kenya. Karibu bro.
Thank you so much. My name is Berian Seda, final year student from the Mighty School of Education and Lifelong Learning. Yeah, we were here last time, we were talking about the trauma, and today I'm back again. We are going to talk about anxiety. Yeah, it has been 4 years of fun and entertainment. We have learned together from the circles we are having in campus. We have collaborated with our friends, the teamwork, you know. Yeah.
Let's talk about having fun kwa hiyo miaka 4 in the best university in Kenya. For a very long time tuko number 2. Tunakagwa chini na UON, tunakagwa chini na UON. But unamaliza shule at a time yenye KU ndo best university in Kenya. Unasema ume have fun from circles za life, peers, nizo vitu zote. Tell us what you've been doing in relation to matters mental health in the 4 years you've been in KU.
Literally I've been under Amazing Minds Africa. That's my club. It's under KU Wellness Center. And in our amazing club, in Amazing Minds Africa, we do have games, sports, webinars. We are also doing podcasts. So through that, we have really enjoyed. We have been sharing with my friends, the fun, playing games together, you know.
Unajua anxiety ni jina la Kilami. Mtaa from the communities we come from ndo tufike hapa. Unajua hiyo ndio inafanyaga tukue sisi wote ni the same. Because unapata kaa KU being a national university tuko hapa sote, so ni kaa Kenya iko represented. But kule mashinani hatujazoea term kama anxiety. Si tumezoea huyo amefia tu. Huyo amecheese. Hiyo ni madhara mental. What is anxiety kwa mtoko pale chini mashinani ambaye angetaka kuelewa? Anakuaga nayo but ajuagi ni anxiety. Anasemaga hii ni urogi. Hii ni unaona vitu kama hizo.
Anxiety tunaweza sema ni hali ya kiakili, yani hauko imara, you are not stable in mind. Maybe you are passing through stress. So generally anxiety, let me put it in English. Anxiety it's a feeling of fear or uneasiness. You are not stable in mind while you're trying to do something. You are maybe trembling. So when you find yourself going through those, you are seeing those signs, then you must be passing through anxiety. So when I try to put it into Kiswahili,
unajua si lazima tuko Monday,
Yeah,
ni art and
yeah,
culture
Monday.
Monday, the vibe. Tunabonga na wao watu kwa community. Ongea na wao.
Yeah. Maybe
language yenyewe wewe struggle. Unajua ukistruggle na hiyo language, hata rada ile.
Let me put it in Kijaluo because it's Monday. Paromaro bongo. Paromaro bongo in Kijaluo. Yeah.
Alafu sasa translate to English.
Paromaro bongo now in English it's now anxiety. Yeah.
Tupige na hiyo English. So anxiety is it fatal? Mtu ako na anxiety saa hizi ama umepatana na msee mahali where maybe una note ako na anxiety, maybe yeye hajui. Is it fatal? How do we know huyu ako na hizo shida? How do we help mtu ako na hizo shida?
If you want to know that someone is having an anxiety, the first thing you'll see the signs. The first one, you'll see that this person, maybe the rate of breathing in and breathing out has changed. We call it hyperventilation. Yeah, the rate of breathing in and breathing out has changed. The BPM per minute has changed. The same time, you'll find that this person is sweating a lot. For now, we are having, it's very cold, and you'll find that this person is sweating. It's somehow weird. It's anomalous. Yeah. Another one, you'll find that this person is maybe trembling. Yeah, you are maybe trembling, having a problem in breathing. This person is having a lot of tension. Yeah.
So tunaweza wasaidia hawa watu. Unapata mtu kama mimi si daktari. Mtu kama wewe si daktari. Umefanya education.
Yeah.
But tunataka kusaidia mtu na anxiety, ako na anxiety.
Yeah.
So how do we as peers help our peers who are dealing with anxiety problems?
So the first thing we do to these people who are passing through or facing the anxiety, the first thing we advise them to meditate on themselves. We call it yoga. Yeah. Relax. Try to meditate on yourself. Try to figure out what could have brought this problem of anxiety. Why are you overthinking? Then the same time, avoid the sedentary lifestyle. Try to maybe do some practice exercises. Yeah. Then another thing, we need to plan. So you need to have a journal, the structure that guides you through the day, throughout the day. Maybe when you wake up in the morning, this is the thing you are going to do. Midday, unaenda kufanya hii. Then at noon, utafanya hii. This will protect you from the distractors. Yeah. Then some people do face anxiety because of their lifestyle. You find that they are abusing drugs or using these alcohol or the caffeine. So if you find yourself abusing these drugs, we do advise even the students to maybe withdraw from using these drugs because they are very dangerous. Yeah. Then some people, you will find that they start thinking negatively. They start bringing negative thoughts into their minds, and this will bring anxiety. So these people, they need to surround themselves with the positive people, seek for mental checkup, the advices, for them to cope up.
Let's talk about triggers.
Yeah, the triggers.
Zenye tuseme umetulia uko kwa process ya kudeal with your anxiety, coping up with the anxiety, but there's always something na trigger kurudi. Umesema like if you're abusing drugs, umeamua I'm withdrawing from today, unaanza kukop kitu ina kutrigger, anxiety inarudi. Wewe unasema hii anxiety nitamaliza wapi? Unarudi pia kwa drugs. Unapata tuko kwa the same vicious cycle. What are the triggers and how can we avoid these triggers or cope with them if you can't avoid them?
Like we have said, one of the triggers is lack of exercise, living a sedentary lifestyle. So you'll find that when someone is just seated in a place, having nothing to do. They will start facing this anxiety. So when you are living a sedentary lifestyle, ensure that you exercise in a day. Then another trigger or the cause, we have our lifestyle. Those who are using the drugs, the caffeine, you should withdraw. But the main challenge is that you'll find that some people, when they withdraw from these drugs, they will start now experiencing a serious anxiety. Wengine wanasemanga pombe inapunguza stress.
Acha nipige kadogo
tu.
One for the road, nione fiti.
So akiacha itakuwa shida, tatizo kwao. Another trigger of the anxiety, we have socioeconomic factors. Maybe you are unemployed or you are overworking. You have been given a large overload of work. So you will find that yourself, you are getting stressed up because you have not completed maybe a task. So to overcome this challenge, I think we should just structure ourselves very well. Have a journal. What you're going to do in a day, you structure yourself to avoid being distracted. And like now we are in school, in campus, we have wellness center, we have clubs, we have not necessarily the clubs, but there are also sporting activities that are going on inside the campus. Ensure that you have something at least you can do in a day. Involve yourself in sports. If you are good in football, we have the clubs there. If you are good in debate, there are debates there. We have many clubs. Those who likes politics, there are debates there. You can also participate in we have the CU, there are CM, the dance families there. If you are in Catholic, at the same time,
unafanya tu hivyo, unaingia hapo hivyo.
Make yourself busy.
Let's address hapo hivyo kwa exercises. Ulikuwa umesema ni vizuri watu kupractice yoga ndo wa meditate. But turudi please ka Homa Bay kule ndani. Yoga wanaonea kwa gazeti. Yoga wakienda sana ni YouTube. Sometimes tunasema YouTube kitu iko accessible, unafinya tu. But you are forgetting kule ndani in our communities kwingine hakuna stima. Access to internet ni shida. Wacha hata na internet. Kuona kadudu bado in this day and era digital age, unapata ni mtu mmoja kwa familia ya watu 15 ndo ako na hiyo kaduda. You have to travel kwa neighbor yako kwa mbali ndo upate hii kaduda. So hawana hii access. Watu kama hawa wanahitaji bado meditation because it's a need, as we have said. Ni nini wanaweza fanya hawa wenye hawana hii knowledge and skill? What can they do in their places? Ama how can we encourage them to do hii yoga? Ndo iache kukaa an expensive affair. Ukisema yoga, yoga inakaa kitu expensive sana kuachieve.
I know. So when you are in remote areas like my place, Homa Bay County, that's Lambwe Valley, but now it has really grown. It has improved. Sasa tuko na stima.
Walai.
Na
ile last mile connectivity imefika.
It's there. We have really grown. So but there are still remote areas. When you go deep down around the Ruma National Park, somehow iko chini kidogo. So you must surround yourself with people who can support you. When you are at home, maybe there's an aunt, your uncle, that person you can trust. Share with this person. Tell stories, have fun. We still have football matches there, tournaments. Involve yourself in these things during off breaks when students are now at home. You can involve yourself in games, sports. Then maybe you'll find that some parents are very strict. So their children can't get that time to share with them what they are passing through. But there may be someone maybe in charge.
Lazima kuna mtu tu. Wewe interact na watu wane.
Or a friend.
Mnasukumana. Usikue idle, usikubali akili sijui itulie.
That isolation, try to avoid it.
Mental resilience bado ndo nasikia iko because amidst all this we have these challenges ziko and maybe we can't escape them as per now. But we can develop your mental resilience kaa vijana, kaa watu kwa community na itasaidia. We have partners wenye usaidia vitu kaa hizi like your club Amazing Minds Africa, basic need, basic rights. Wanaingia kwa community, wanaempower watu kusukuma campaigns zenye zinahusu mental health, mental resilience, especially during climate changes. Wakati kaa huu kuna baridi sana. Statistics zenye mnapitia zinasema saa hii ndio watu wanateseka sana na stress and anxiety, ama ni time tuko kwa kiangazi ama ni time kunanyesha.
You know, it varies. You'll find that some students are facing a lot of challenges of the anxiety when we are approaching exams. Yeah, and now, you know, we are approaching exams.
Tunaelekea exams.
Yeah, so we are expecting many visitors. Yeah, so it happens like that.
Kabisa.
And it's normal.
Kabisa. Watu wanaweza get in touch aje with wewe ama KU Wellness Center ama Amazing Minds Africa? Maybe wanapitia stress, wanatafuta mahali wanaweza pata a pool of friends whom they can talk to, peer counselors, watu kama hao. Maybe they want to be part of peer counselors kwa wajoin mpige hii shughuli pamoja. Maybe their partners would like to support in the work you're doing ya kusukuma or championing for mental health.
Yeah, so in KU, we are usually located at BSAC. I know most of us know where BSAC is. It's behind at the amphitheater. So get in touch with us. We have our social media platforms, the handles, Amazing Minds Africa, that's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. At the same time, you can reach me directly when you are around the campus. Yeah.
Through phone ama social media?
I can give them my
social media platforms.
On Facebook at Berian Sediaste, on Instagram Berian Seda, and you can reach me via WhatsApp through 07 40 57 70 38. Yeah.
Kabisa. Aitwa Berian Seda, mental health advocate, mental health champion, 4th year student, Kenyatta University, the best or premier university in Kenya. Kutoka Amazing Minds Africa, you're doing an amazing job. Shukran tena zaidi for all that. Sasa, lines za kikwetu imefika. In this particular segment, ndio tunarejea ngamani. Wisdom in your own language, then we translate it to the world. Kila mtu alana furahie.
I'll do it in Kijaluo. Teach technology kajua chako chon. Chako chon no loyo dhikajuoga.
Irudie tena.
Chako chon no loyo dhikajuoga.
Unaweza nifunza?
Yeah. Chako chon no loyo kajuoga. Ajuoga ni mganga. Chako kuanza mapema ili shida kuenda kwa mganga.
Great.
Sasa tunasemanga mayouths wanasema mapema ndio best.
Mapema ndio best.
Yeah.
Na hiyo mapema best ni nzuri kuliko kungojea uchelewe ndio unaanza kukimbizana na mganga gani hapo online atuokolee saa hii.
Yeah. So kwanza mapema ni muhimu sana. Ukinyamaza mambo yataenda segemnege. Tuanze tu mapema ndio best.
Mapema ndio best.
Yeah.
Shukran tena zaidi.
Nimeshukuru sana.
Hata mimi nimeshukuru. Show imebamba na I'm sure watu wengi sana wamesaidika sana. Watu hawana more info about anxiety. Now they know. Anxiety iko by the hizi vitu tunafaa tu tuongelelee sana. Kuna watu bado hawajasikia kuhusu anxiety. Kuna watu wengi sana unaingiaga places kama Mathare Mental Hospital. Unapata msee ni kitu kidogo tu ilishikana na ingine kidogo. Wakamwachilia na wakasema huyu alirogwa ajuoga ndo anajua mambo yake. But it's just mental health issues that have even some of them ziko mpaka na treatment, medical nini za kutibu na unakuwa sawa tena zaidi.
Cognitive measures.
Kabisa. Shukran tena zaidi. Nataka tumalizia hapa hivi, tukaribisha watu kwa events zenyu as tunawaambia kwaheri. Kama kuna shoutouts tuwape pia.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I would like to take this opportunity to invite all of us. We'll be having an event in 2 weeks time. I'll let you know through our social media handles, through Amazing Minds Africa and KU Wellness Center in general. Then I would also like to greet I know they are watching, some of my friends. Hilary is there. Hi Hilary. And my beautiful sister, she's in campus. Anaitwa Celine Achieng.
Lazima uongeze she's in campus.
Yeah.
Si ukamtu hivi hivi.
Si mtu hivi hivi. I'm having 2 beautiful sisters. They are the most beautiful ladies in Eastern Central of Africa. Yeah, Celine and Dolphin.
Celine and Dolphin.
Yeah.
Ukiingia south of Limpopo, ukiingia north of nini, hakuna wengine.
Hakuna mwingine.
Are they twins?
No, they're not twins.
They're just sisters who love each other.
Yeah.
So close to you.
They're very close.
Wasalimike sana from KUTV Rise today.
Yeah.
Tufike hapo hivyo. And it's our belief, hope and prayer that whenever we have such conversations again, you can always avail yourself KUTV Rise today at Culture Man. Wewe si mgeni sasa.
Si mgeni.
Umekuwa hapa time and again. Tukisukuma zaidi itakuwa noma tena zaidi. So next mtazamaji, nataka tuingie katika conversation yenye inahusu World Poetry Day. Hapo hivi nataka tuongee kuhusu how poetry ama art inaweza tumika kwa peace inclusion. How we can include World Animal Protectors ama World Animal Protection wakuwe hapo hivyo tuweze kuongea kuhusu how we can include animals, wild animals, domestic animals, their protection, their in the peace inclusion conversation. Tutakuwa tunaongea na Kenneth B kutoka Poetry After Lunch na vile vile WAP ama World Animal Protection. Tukitoka hapo hivyo, mpenzi mtazamaji, if you are a lady, tuko na sustainability tumekuletea. If you are a lady, tumekuletea comfortability. If you are a lady, tunakuletea affordability. We want to have a conversation yenye inahusu women empowerment or gender equality when we are ending period poverty. Period poverty ina come when it's so expensive for you to acquire basic sanitary towels. It's so expensive for our communities. Unapata huyu msichana ana struggle between leo hii 50 niko nayo ninunue unga nipike ugali, ama hii 50 niko nayo nitafute the cheapest sanitary towel. Kuna product ambayo warembo Mary OJWANG wako nayo pale hivyo, na katika hiyo conversation ndio tutakuwa tukiongelea kuhusu how we can end period poverty through using sustainable products za kusaidia kina mama wakati wako na hedhi ama kina dada wakati wako na hedhi. All this after a short break right here on KUTV Rise today Art and Culture Band.
Partners like Light for the World, Sightsavers, Next Step, teachers, students, and all other invited guests. Good morning. This is a very special day for me, and I do feel honored to have been invited to share with you the celebrations as we mark the 15th Disability Awareness Day of Kenyatta University. It's a very special occasion because I shared this earlier when we were having the meeting, that when this university conducted its very first Disability Awareness Day in 1993, I was right in the middle of it as an official of the Kenyatta University Disabled Students Association. And we regarded it then just like we regard it now as a very important step when it comes to awareness creation. Of course, there are several things that have since changed. For instance, when we held the first Disability Awareness Day in 1993, we were unable to sit with the then Vice Chancellor like we are seated today. So I believe a lot has happened over the 33 years, but like the Director Disability Services said, is it possible that we could be having the same conversations over the years up to now? If the answer is a resounding yes, then we means we probably need to relook at our strategy. If the answer is indeed no, then it means that we have covered some ground and we are able to look back, tick the boxes of the things that we wanted to do and have been able to do, and focus on those areas that we are yet to tackle. So the theme of this event today couldn't have been more appropriate, because it's disability inclusion through community outreach activities. And who's the community? The community is probably everybody seated here today, and everybody who believes that he or she has a stake in this day. Through the invitations that have been sent out by the committee that was organizing this, I see the intent very clearly stated, because it is not just a day that we observe internally as Kenyatta University, but I see partners like Light for the World, Sight Savers, Next Steps, among many others who have been invited. And there's no stronger statement than that the university is not just speaking for the heck of it, but it actually means business when it's talking about community outreach activities. And therefore, Madam VC and your team, on behalf of the Directorate of Special Needs Education, I want to urge you and make our commitment that we are happy to work with you and your team in reaching out
Thank you very much. Okay, when I say new era conservationist, say wildlife no profit. New era conservationist. Not like that now. New era conservationist. Wildlife no profit. All right, the song we are going to sing is called New Era Conservationist. Are you ready for this one? If you are ready, say yeah. Let wildlife not profit be a gift to the mentors mentor. As as we repair the broken world. Let what life not profit be a gift to the mentor's mentor. We celebrate you for giving animals freedom. You are a hero, culture maker. We celebrate you today. You are a mentor. We celebrate you, culture maker. We celebrate you today. You are a hero. From the top, as we repair the broken world. Let what life no profit be a gift to the mentor's mentor. As we repair the broken world. Let what life no profit be a gift to the mentor's mentor.
Pisa mpenzi mtazamaji, nakwambia naendelea kufeel fit hapa hivi. Tuko na Kenneth B, tunataka hata tunashangaa lunch haifiki tuanze na poetry. We're talking about new era conservationists. Huko ndo tulianza this conversation ya kuprotect ama kuhifadhi wanyama pori, World Animal Protection. Wamekuwa wakitumia art kusukuma hii conversation ama conservation pia, kuensure that everyone anapata hii info. Huu ujumbe unafika kila mahali. Inaitwa awareness in the best way that we know how. Tulikuwa tunatoka kusema how artists wako privileged more maybe than scientists. Scientists anangangana na pale lab chemicals. Hii ingia. Lakini artists anahitaji tu atoke. Ajibambe. Alafu alipwe. We've had conversations kutoka last time yenye tuli launch. The new era conservationist, and the new era is working. I'm talking about sustainability, the impact yenye mmecreate kwa ground na hizo vitu zingine zote. Na Mungu ametujalia, amekurudisha time umeenda, umetoa mpaka vibao vinoma. Karibu.
Asante sana.
Wasalimie.
Thank you so much.
Uambie umekuwa wapi, umekuwa ukifanya nini?
Tumekuwa tukifanya a lot of things up there, still complementing the work we launched here, which was New Era Conservationist, which was supported by World Animal Protection Africa. And here we are again doing other projects in between other projects, like cultural renaissance. That is all me. That is all I'm passionate about. Yani protecting, yani talking about our culture, elevating our culture, not letting the youth, the young people, young generation forget about our culture. That is what I'm passionate about. And right now I did an item on that also called Art Connects. And then again, I did another item to link us back, take us back to conservation of animals and making sure that tourists who come to our country don't take advantage of extracted animals from their wild species. Yes.
Kenneth, umechange conversations mingi sana before ufikie new era conservation. Na umezichange through poetry. 21st March imekuwa no World Poetry Day. We are still in that poetry month. Project ambao umekuwa ukisukuma inahusu peace inclusion na kuweka wanyama pori kwa hii conversation ya peace inclusion. Shughuli imekuaje?
Shughuli imekuwa poa sana cause in as much as we want peace, we can't be peaceful when our wild animals are experiencing violence from our side. Holistic calm, holistic global calm can only be attained when animals and humans have 0% conflict. So that is what we are striving for, to achieve an equilibrium through art, so that we conserve our environment, we practice eco-friendly human actions that can let animals freely move and avoid interfering with our spaces so that we are friends globally. And that is what I've been working around. Currently, I'm developing a concept, a theory, a model, Kenneth B's model, on how we can easily understand how the polar coordinates, north, south, east, and west, can be used to understand how our actions and animal freedoms can be worked around easily to give us a world free from human and wildlife conflict. Yes, so that is what I've been
Tunataka to achieve
working on.
peace as a world, to achieve peace as a continent and as a country, but to include wanyama hapo hivyo. But tunapata hapa kama hapa nchi yetu fisi wameachiliwa Kiambu. Inasemekana wao fisi wameachiliwa Kiambu wajaribu ku clean up messes zenye zina happen in other areas. For example, they are still alleged, I will call it rumors, jumi bado sijahakikisha, sijaweka kila investigation nikaona hivyo ndivyo kuko, that fisi walikuwa wanaachiliwa side za Kiambu ndio waingie maeneo ya Juja wakule miili ya watu wenye wametupwa na vitu kama hizo. Yani conflict yenye iko between animals na binadamu, but ni ya kufosiwa. Wasanii wengi sana, the best weapon wanaweza tumia ni talent yao kukomesha vitu kama hizo, kuongeza awareness. Tuacheni manzee kutumia wanyama vibaya hivi kama tunataka kuachieve peace, kuende hivi na hivi. Wewe kama leader wa artists sana sana wenye deal na poems ama poetry, spoken word, mnafanya nini tupunguze such conversations zenye zinaongelea negativity so that we can focus on championing vizuri yenye nita sustainability ya peace kati yetu na wanyama pori?
One thing to counter negativity is to bring in positivity. You can never counter negativity with negativity. So the best thing is to develop content that can easily entertain. You entertain and give facts and tell a story and lead somebody somewhere to understand that whatever they are doing is bad. Humans can do the work of collecting or walking around, moving around to collect the dead bodies instead of letting hyenas and wolves and all those animals from their wild spaces to come and roam in the village and eat the corpses and still even eat people. A conflict will be developed. So the best thing is to tell people that humans can do this. There are a lot of people who are crying of unemployment. They could be employed to move around under protection and figure out and find out where these dead bodies are and collect them, and they be taken for identification and finally rested well in their resting places, instead of letting animals, wild animals, do the scouting. That is bad. Yeah. Hadi kwa Mungu si poa.
Ukweli. Kutoka 1991 UNESCO waliweza kuensure that every 21st March everyone who loves art or who loves poetry anapata celebrate through World Poetry Day. This year mlikuwa na theme ya bridging the gap ya peace inclusion na kuinclude wanyama pale. Tuongelele vitu ambazo mmefanya kwa World Poetry Day huu mwaka.
The best thing personally, my initiative was to ensure that, because tourism is increasing. There is an increase in people who are traveling, tourists who are coming to Kenya to enjoy just the beauty of our land. But what attracts people most, like I always say, ni wanyama. They are the animals. People are going to Serengeti, people are going to Masai Mara, people are going to Mombasa, people are going to Kisumu, Nakuru. But the best thing we should do is to teach those who are around those places, the gatekeepers, not to extract animals from their wild spaces and cage them to give tourists some funny comfort, which lead to their torture, the animals' torture. That is what we've been doing through a project I'm calling Welcome to Kenya. And this is now a project that we are rolling out to engage other partners so that we can train more artists, more poets to develop content so that we can increase that peace we need to enjoy as humans and animals through letting conservationists understand that animals should be seen and left in their wild spaces. Like we always say, leave footprints and take memories. Only take memories. Don't
footprints.
Your footprints ndio wache pale. Take all the memories you wanna take, but don't take a cab from the wild. Don't pluck any trophy from the wild. Thus, don't harm an animal, and don't kill and take an animal as a trophy and you put in your bag and go with him or her back to your living space to show people that, oh, I'm a warrior, I killed a lion. Don't do that. Leave your footprints, take
your memories.
That is what we always advocate for. And that one will increase a lot of peace between humans and animals. Yes.
Let's talk about partners ambao mmekuwa mkifanya hii kazi pamoja or pushing this initiative together.
I must first mention Kenya Cultural Center has been very central in providing a space for artists to converge every Thursday of the week, poetry after lunch, to just brainstorm and hang out for opportunities that could give us the platform to do what you're doing about animal welfare. And then again, number one, now, World Animal Protection Africa, for giving us the opportunity to understand the thematic relevance in this co-creation, in this work, in creating what we really need to feed the public. Because without understanding the depths of the concepts underlying animal conservation and protection, artists can give the wrong message. But when you are called for a workshop, you are trained on what to write, the topics, the relevance, the statistics, then it's very easy for you to develop a poem, a music piece, a narrative, even a dance that can help people understand that indeed it's important to treat animals well so that we reduce wildlife, animal, or human-wildlife conflict. Yes.
Art. Using art to drive such meaningful conversations. Recently umetoa project mpya Lingraj. Tambie kuhusu hii project, utamu wake umejeza culture ndani. Merejea sing in that home language.
Yes.
Lakini bado ngoma imependwa hadi na watu hawaelewi Kijaluo.
Yes.
The visuals ziko on point, the messaging. Tell us about your project.
First of all, I've got to give thanks to Kenya Cultural Center again, Mr. Michael Pundo, for giving me the opportunity to really work with boomers of Kenya in doing this. It was a vast project because it needed a lot of preparation just to get the aesthetics right. And it really came out well. And this is a project that reconnects me with my origin, with my Luo origin. Because I think we always say you have to dance a yard before you dance abroad. That is our say always. You have to get the blessings from home before you start going out there. And I've been doing this for the longest of my time. I started rapping in Kijaluo before I came to the mainstream poetry, spoken word poetry.
Ulianza na kurap kijaka.
Long time already. I did a lot of songs in Kijaluo, a lot of rap songs when I was very young. When I was at peak teenage, I was doing that a lot. And then spoken word poetry married me wholesomely. And I was like, I've got to talk my inner self and connect to the people who can understand me in the urban areas, in outer spaces, outer road, jungle and arima, everywhere. But then, as time passes, you have to reflect and check. Nimetoka wapi? And am I giving the blessings of those who made me be where I am? So I said, no, I shouldn't be quiet. Lingrach. Yeah, lingrach. Lingrach means kunyamaza ni mbaya.
Kunyamaza ni mbaya.
Yeah,
tubonge.
Yeah, tubonge. You could be having a very good idea, but you are dead quiet. You are nothing.
Tuguze kidogo. Lingrach.
Kaling timbiling temboling tumbuling kare koronga mabiro loso kijopiya walinga minga dongera.
Yeah.
Where dongera. That is it.
Kabisa.
Lingrach sana. You don't have to be quiet.
Sinyamaze sana bana.
Sinyamaze. If you are in problems, talk to your neighbor. If you are going through a thing, talk to your neighbor. If you have an idea to share, talk to your neighbor, and there will always be a help out there.
Ngore tuguzishie kidogo. Tusikie fiti. Lingrach,
yes.
Playing on KUTV Rise today, Art and Culture Monday. Tuonjeje tu kidogo, waache kushanga. Hii ngoma tunasema kali hivi ni gani? Nito Lingrach, Kenneth B, moja kali tena zaidi. Tukimaliza hii interview tutacheza latest kazi yake moja noma tena zaidi. But tutaiongelelea before tuipige, si ndio?
Definitely yes.
Acha hata tuiongelelea na shughuli ambayo tunasukuma saizi ama project ambayo tunasukuma saizi pia.
Yes, welcome to Kenya. Welcome to Kenya is a project, like I said, that promotes responsible tourism. We've always realized that a lot of animals are extracted and kept somewhere in private places to entertain guests, and that is not the right thing to do. Animals should be let free. They should be set free to enjoy their wild life in the wild without interference.
In their own natural
in
habitat.
Their own flourishing natural habitat with vibrant ecosystems where they can multiply their species and then rotate back if the population overgrows and come back again and enjoy the natural habitat courtesy of the eco-friendly human activities. So it's also our responsibility to practice good to ensure that good practices are done that can promote the flourishing of the natural habitat, the protected natural habitats. And that is what this piece is for. So that when the tourists come, they go and enjoy the animals in their wild.
Wanabeba tu memories.
Vile nilisema na wakiacha footsteps. Tunajua wanne walikuja wakawacha footsteps and they carried good memories and then what do they do with the memories? They go and sell them to the friends who they left up there and when the friends hear of the memories they again come back to watch, and in that we get our country's economy get stable and that is why we are here. Yeah.
Tuingieni katika hizi mbuga zote. Let's carry memory either in stills, photography or in videos. kama tunataka watu wakuje pia wao watijua wamefurahi wameona, carry those photos, videos, so that wale wakitoka wakuje waone wanyama the same. Wewe unataka ukuje na ubebe kamoja, wewe mwingine atakuja aone nini? Unakuwa tuzungusha tu hapa hivi.
In fact you are right. If you carry them, what will the rest of the people coming see?
Hiyo ni kujipenda.
And that's why we also promote even bird watching. You just go and see how the birds fly in and out and take photographs and see the beautiful feathers of different kind of birds. And it's so interesting. You go there, see how animals, elephants graze. You don't touch them, you don't feed them. You just let them enjoy seeing how huge they are, how fantastic they move their task, how good it is to have a task of not killing an antelope, but just watching how they graze and mingle, and that becomes so nice and enriches our tour guides who are doing a very good work in ensuring that they promote the message that animals should not be extracted from
their
natural
habitat.
Thank you.
Kabisa, kwa mpigo tena zaidi. Tuongee kuhusu visibility as tunamalizia ya Welcome to Kenya project. Napatikana wapi na wapi? If I want, I'm interested in kupitia, naipata wapi?
It's already on YouTube. Welcome to Kenya by Kenneth B. And on TikTok also. Welcome to Kenya by Kenneth B. We are focusing on partnering with 7 counties. Those are the hotspots where we have these game reserves. Where tourists normally visit, and we want to train the artists around those localities, workshop them, teach them on how they can create content, relevant content that can help people understand that animals should be let free to be to live their free life in the wild. And that is where it can be found. So we are seeking partnerships. We are in talks with different agencies who are ready and very happy, because spoken word poetry, man, and music, when you fuse the two, as you will watch briefly on the Welcome to Kenya, quite interesting. No one can run away from it, because it not only entertains but it educates, and that is why we promote it as an edutainment vehicle that can carry positive thoughts to their destinations.
Kabisa. Nataka nitoke hapa sasa niongee na warembo kuhusu something else yenye pia ina concern watu. We are struggling so much with mambo ya gender equality and women empowerment, such that tunaongea kuhusu conversations, and then tunaacha ile yenye iko at the center of all these women, kitu inaitwa ending period poverty. So nataka niungane na warembo kutoka Woso. I'm talking about Mary OJWANG. Tuongee kuhusu haya maswala yote. Ukiwa upande wa kwako ukitoka hapa hivi, tunataka pia uunganishe hao poets wote, tupate projects zenye za kuongelea how we can end all these negativities kama period poverty. As tunaend hii ya wanyama, watu kusumbua wanyama, hata hizi conversations zao tuzichampion kwa mpigo tena zaidi. Siwezi taka tumalize hii session kama tujarejea kwenye ungamani, ndio tufanye lines za kikwetu, wisdom in your own mother tongue, and then you translate it to the world in their own language. Kimaliza hivyo, shout outs.
An kaka Kenneth B, jakom mar tuk wach, pile wacho gani kikia kumi ai, tungi kumi dhie biro bedo lweny. What I mean is, as a spoken word elder, if you don't know where you are coming from, then focusing or seeing where you are going to will be a nightmare, will be a warfare. So you must look back and see where you are coming from. Cherish, marvel, love, embrace with all your heart, and you'll receive the blessings to walk your journey ahead.
Kabisa. If you are an artist out there unawachisho ama umepandana na hii interview online, kaa chini, angalia kwenye umetoka, appreciate it, pat yourself on the back, jiambie kazi nzuri, alafu songe mbele. Kenneth B, Poetry After Lunch, kompigwa tena zaidi. Na kukaribisha 1st June, Mr. and Miss Roy Sambu, ina happen 2025 Madaraka edition.
You are not the type to be disappointed, bro. Yeah, you have a big heart.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
Itafika. Shukran sana. Mtazamaji, naingia break kidogo, nikirejea na tukua na Mary OJWANG kwa pale hivyo na mrembo anakwenda kwa jina Eva. Nataka tuongee kuhusu hii product yao ambao ni medical grade silicone menstrual cup. Medical grade silicone menstrual cup. I talked about sustainability. I talked about affordability of sanitary towels na hizi vifaa vyote ama hivi vifaa vyote hawa warembo wetu wanahitaji wakati wa hedhi. Nataka nikuje nikae chini kwa conversation na hawa na dada tuongee kuhusu masuala kama haya. Wanatoka Woswa, jina lake anaitwa Mary OJWANG. Yeye ni advocate wa masuala ya kina dada, gender equality and empowerment kutoka Woswa. KUTV Rise Today Time Culture Monday, kipindi kifupi tu cha mapumziko, alafu tuingie ndani katika hiyo conversation. Shukran tena zaidi. Shukran Kenneth B, kazi safi.
You are a new era conservationist. You are a new era. Take it all over. Roll a cup. Roll. Reggae music is complicated music. Let one and all arise, with hearts both strong, so strong, strong and true.
All right. Could all the patriots join me in welcoming the beautiful souls who are traveling to enjoy the splendors of this prayerful land? Welcome to Kenya, the home of the 8th wonder of the world. Joy awaits all those who are on their way coming to experience the winds of the Sub-Sahara, the landscapes of Savannah, the greatness of Masai Mara, popularly known as the cradle of mankind.
To Kenya, you're welcome. Book your tickets. Welcome. Catch your flight. To Kenya, you're welcome. Get on board. Welcome. Hit the road. To Kenya, you're welcome. Book your tickets. Welcome. Catch your flight. To Kenya, you're welcome. Get on board. Welcome. Hit the road.
If not by roads, then try our airways. Up there are so okay queues will never delay your entry into our great counties. Welcome to Kisumu, where exciting boat rides will amaze your anxiety. Then after passing by Nakuru to see the flaming plumage shown by flamingos at the lake shore, kindly ask yourself why everyone else is talking about Mombasa. Being one of the best destinations for your vacation, the coast city is calling out for you to pick the next flight headed to the beaches where the white sands will definitely fulfill your wishes. Our SGR is also on standby, ready to take you through the scenic plains as the train meanders across the terrains that are not so hilly but balances the warm weather with the winds that are also not so chilly.
To Kenya, you're welcome. Book your tickets. Welcome. Catch your flight. To Kenya, you're welcome. Get on board. Welcome. Hit the road. To Kenya, you're welcome. Book your tickets. Welcome. Catch your flight. To Kenya, you're welcome. Get on board. Welcome. Hit the road.
Without a doubt, the good taste of our food will always ignite your mood for a stay extension request, even before I mention the deep affection that awaits the tourists who are never bothered by the two worries, distance and time. This is because Kenya is the only home where you will get an opportunity to cool when summertime is hot over the other side of the moon. And as the smiling faces welcome you to the land where the wages of hard work set animals free from the man-made cages, Kindly feel free to enjoy the great sunshine as you take a taste of our sweet palm wine. Fear not the post-sunset sceneries, because with our KPLC, we'll always say, Kenya hakuna matata, because in every heart tuna matata. Welcome to Kenya.
To Kenya, you're welcome.
Book your tickets.
Welcome.
Catch your flight.
To Kenya, you're welcome.
Get on board.
Welcome.
Hit the road.
To Kenya, you're welcome.
Book your tickets.
Welcome.
Catch your flight.
To Kenya, you're welcome.
Get on board.
Welcome.
Hit the road.
Welcome to Kenya.
In a world where uncertainty rules and opportunities are scarce, it's time to break from the barrier and unlock your full potential.
We must live within our means. We cannot spend money that we don't have.
We will explore the fascinating world of investment, trade secrets, business strategies, and entrepreneurship.
Sasa challenges ziko mingi sana. Parking ya mzigo imekuwa mbaya. Unaweka pesa yako inakataa kurudi.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, what you covered with invaluable insights to help you succeed.
Now, this year we have seen a rebound in the economy, which is well above the global average of the 3%.
Join me, Anyango Sylvia, every Sunday and Monday on KUTV News at 9, and let's turn your dreams into reality.
Now, let me give a very good example of something that has happened last year. And the genesis of a Gen Z protest.
Yeah.
I think it was in 17th of June.
Yeah.
Not the day in which people stormed Parliament, or the day before. The first day. If you remember
when
very
the
well,
protest started.
when they started
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
So, brief facts. People actually went and presented petitions to members of parliament, and the members of parliament, and they told them, no, we don't want this and this and that. Then what happened? Members of parliament came out gesturing and making a lot of noise, saying that we will pass it by force, by force, by force. Then people started organizing what? Protests.
Kabisa mpenzi mtazamaji, kutoka Woso niko na OJWANG na ameniletea product hapa hivi. Ni product ya kina dada. Hii product ndio inaleta sustainability, affordability kwa kina dada wote ambao wanapitia masuala ya hedhi kila mwisho wa mwezi, na inanunuliwa once, unakaa nayo for almost 10 years, you're telling me. It's a very good product na inaletwa kwa hisani ya KUTV Cup. Hii ndio sasa hiyo the KUTV Cup. Niko hapa hivi na OJWANG, nataka tuongelele kuhusu how we can end period poverty. First things first. Ni mara ya kwanza tunapatana nawe, nasikia fiti sana. Karibu sana kwa show KUTV Rise Today Art and Culture Monday. This is the only show yenye show ikiisha lazima utatupea wisdom in your own mother tongue na translation. It is not meant as a punishment, it is not meant as a way ya kunini, ni way ya kufanya watu ama wageni wetu wafili wakiwa nyumbani. Sasa unafaa ukiwa kwa hii set ujisikie kama uko nyumbani pale kwa shosho, akikupeka wisdom kamoja. Wengine wetu hata tulikuwa tunapigwa na kakuni hapo. Tap chap. Hiyo wisdom haijawahi potea, si ndio? Yeah. Karibu sana. Salimia watazamaji wa Art and Culture Monday.
Asante.
Waambie what you do pale hivyo Woswa.
Asante. Jina langu ni Mary Ojwang na mimi ni founder and team leader of Women Students Mentorship Association, an organization that champions for the rights and welfare of female students in Kenya. And we advocate for different issues, including sustainability, whereby we are promoting zero waste from menstrual wastes, acknowledging that we as women, we have a role to play to promote sustainability and conservation, and also noting that globally, women menstrual health contribute to environment degradation, whereby we're looking at issues of menstrual waste pollution, and noting that annually 150 million tons of menstrual waste is produced from the pads we use every month. And by that also here in Kenya, noting that 9.3 million women and girls menstruate each month. So you can just try to figure out how much menstrual waste is produced through the natural process that women go through each month. And also this is triggered by our choices of products we use, and noting that majority of women, 95%, according to Kenya Demographic Health Survey, 95% of women in Kenya use pads, which are disposable products. And as menstrual health champions, and also environmental activists, we are coming up to raise awareness about other alternative eco-friendly products that also support women to manage their menstrual health safely, with dignity, and also sustainably. So thank you for having me here to talk about these alternatives, eco-alternatives, and also a bit about what WOSWA does. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So Mary Ojwang, you as a gender equity advocate and now founder of WOSWA, you have been in the front line kutetea haki za kinadada ama wanawake. Their space. The world has been doing the same, especially in places like Africa. Kenya, we have 47 women representatives to represent each county that we have as efforts of revamping women empowerment. But you feel like we have been overlooking the fight on ending period poverty. Una feel ni wapi world inaenda pole pole in addressing period poverty?
Well, issues of period poverty, maybe somebody don't understand what is period poverty. First, period poverty includes lack of access to safe, hygienically menstrual products, and also affordability, and also information about these products. So all these issues encompass menstrual period poverty. Rather, most of the time when we talk about period poverty, people refer to it as just lack of access to period products. But it's more than just lack of access, to including access to information, and correct information, not just any information, and also availability of safe changing rooms for women, availability of water and sanitation for women. So all these issues put together make what we call period poverty. And it's true that still women face period poverty, not just in Kenya, but across the globe. So the issues of period poverty in Kenya, I think we are headed in the right direction, because the country as it is, the national government provides sanitary products. By law, that is what they say. Whether they
say as long as you go high school na ni ya gava, you will be getting them.
Yes.
I've had people like Senator Gloria Rwaba every month.
Yes.
Wakisema vile ni ziko.
Yeah, so as a country, I think there is milestones we've made to ensure girls and young women in public institutions like secondary schools, primary schools have access to this product. While it's not sufficient, and it's not consistent, because we've also had a chat with girls and women in different schools, and whatever they are given by the government is not sustainable. They're given like 3 packets to take them through the semester. That is not enough. And we also have to say our government is trying, and they are supporting our efforts in the process. So I want to shout out to the government of Kenya.
For the very first time, we are saying the government imefanya inajaribu.
Yes.
Let's talk about this product. Inaleta kumaliza hiyo zero wastages you've said. Inaleta hiyo recycling hii iko nayo, but jina yake iko na swali. KUTV. Why are we calling it KUTV? What's behind the name? Inatoka wapi?
KUTV ni product ambayo imetengenezwa United States by a KUTV organization, and they are philanthropists. Wale kina mama, wanadada, kina ndugu. My Swahili is also good. So it's a group of philanthropists who have come together to donate towards a cause, and the cause is to end period poverty and to support women and girls across the world to manage their menstruation with dignity. So we get this product from KUTV for free to distribute it to girls and young women across the country for free. So KUTV is an organization, and I encourage you, if you want to know more about them, check their website at kutvcap.org. And also, if you have more inquiries about how you can be part of this journey, you can email them at info@kutvw.org. Yeah.
I love it. Ini product unaosha na warembo hawana shida na usafi ikifika hapo hivyo. It's better than hii yenye unatumia unatupa. But let's talk about its comfortability for the ladies and for the women. Hii product, tuongelee its comfortability before tuende kwa mwenye anaweza jinunulia vile anaweza ipata.
Thank you so much. About the cup, I've been a user of the cup since 2018. That is about 7-8 years now. And I haven't had any issues with it. But for first-time users, most of them wanasemanga, they feel a bit uncomfortable, queen-sat and all that. But as champions for menstrual health, we train people. Before tukupatie cup, we train you on how to insert it, how to fold it, how to use it, how to clean it. So if you do not fold it the right way, then you might feel uncomfortable inserting. And also, if you do not remove it, while we are teaching people how to insert and remove, if you don't pay attention, you might find problem pulling it. But rare cases, people complain about issues of insertion and removing, and they find it the most comfortable, because this is not the only first product yenye tuna insert. We also have tampons that people insert. So just like tampons, the difference is hautatupa. You will reuse it, and one cup use it for 10 years. So ni kuosha tu, disinfecting with hot water, not soap, no detergent. So unaosha tu na maji moto for the first time, other times you just need tap water. So it's really economical.
Kwa safi sana.
Yes.
Nimependa hiyo story yote. Now, ikitu ni $10 kuuzwa. Na umesema inapeanwa na philanthropist kutoka KUTV. Imefika Kenya. Kenya yenye watu wengi sana wanahitaji such a product. But hawa afford. So nyinyi mnapata. Who qualifies to get hii product? Nyinyi kama WOSWA, huwa mnasemaje tutape hawa? What's the process of sourcing and distribution like?
Okay, thank you for that question. WOSWA works to mentor and support girls between 15, say teenage girls, 12, 13 to 35. Our audience are young people. So when we get products like menstrual cup, the first priority group we target is the beneficiaries within our age group target. So 15 to 35 years.
So ni mtu hata kuelezea vile inaoshwa, hakuna maswala ya aibu. Si the same kuelezea, mama ni mzee kuniliko nitamuelezeaje. It's your peers and those younger than you, so kueleze vile itaosha inakuwa rahisi.
Because it's just like the age set, the people we relate with, our friends, the circle is the youth. So WASA specifically works with the youth, but could you also has other organizations they work with, where they are, for us it's youth, but there are other organizations who don't have age restriction. They work with old elderly people. By elderly I mean above 35 years old. So yes.
tunafika menstrual
menstruation menopause, menopause saa zingine pia menstruation pia iko
inaanza kushuka.
So for us we identify 15 to 35 years, and basically we work with girls within learning institution setting, because that is our niche.
So you are on an effective campaign of ending period poverty. You've been in existence as WASWAN, as a founder from 2018. What would you say has been the impact of the foundation, has been the impact of Mary OJWANG in the campaign of ending period poverty?
Well, for me, impact is not just numbers. While WASWA, we thrive in numbers. We're talking about tens of thousands each year. We reach through our campaigns, through our mentorship, through advocacy, through awareness, through leadership workshops and all that. But for me as Mary, it's just seeing that one person who is able to take a leadership role, to champion for the right of women and girls in their setting, to take this campaign in their rural homes and start an initiative to empower girls in their rural homes, to take this message to engage the local leadership and see how they can better create an environment that support girls to fight period poverty, fight gender-based violence, and to promote gender equality in their settings. Just seeing one person challenging the norms and stereotypes surrounding women leadership, for me, that is impact.
In the society, especially huko mashinani, they think it's a huge thing maybe for men talking about these things. Today we are privileged to have men and women talking about the same things. Easy misconceptions zote ukuja juu ya the taboos that surround the whole issue of menstruation. Ni gani ungetaka tu address zenye zinahusu hii cup yenye mashinani watu wanaweza sema hapana, hiyo achaneni nayo? Unajua vitu hadi kama vitu ka family plan ama family planning zikuja kwanza zinaanza kupigwa, hapana sisi tunafaa kuzaana. I'm sure kuna taboos, misconceptions, myths about hii kitu na about menstruation that we can address.
Yeah, thank you for acknowledging the fact that we live in a patriarchal society whereby men almost have a say in everything, including women health, women issues, women how they manage their own menstruation. So acknowledging that shows that we are able to have open conversation about the issues and also change the narratives about menstruation. So I totally agree with you that where we live today still, men have a say on the kind of products women use, despite them not even being able to support them to access them. But they will comment, and it will affect how women perceive the products. And it's a challenge we are facing while we are sharing out information about menstrual cup and also the reception of the cup. And part of the campaign is to engage men in the conversation about menstruation, to engage men on the conversation about available alternatives that are eco-friendly. So we've been having conversation with adolescents, acknowledging that they have girlfriends, they are brothers, they have sisters, and they have cousins who are female, and they also have a say in the homes they come from. So handling this with the knowledge that they have a say, acknowledging patriarchy is true and it's real to our society, makes them also be part of the conversation to change the narratives. So when we engage men and we tell them about the benefits of this product, they will also be champions elsewhere by sharing other alternatives that are eco-friendly and also breaking the stigma around period products, because it's the same men who would make nasty comments This might sound as an attack to men, but they make nasty comments about, oh, you mean hiyo kitu inaweza ingia, and also start creating narratives about women virginity and all that because they use a cup. So while we engage them, they also able to understand the anatomy of women reproductive system and also to stop spreading misinformation and rumors and theories about a cup. And engaging men has been a game changer because my session I had with adolescent boys, mostly 17 to 25. And their conception of this product was really amazing. At first I was like, it's gonna be almost impossible, but they are willing to learn about the product. They are willing to talk about the product. And at the end of the session, while I started and I shared a bit about just randomly asking what you know about menstruation, they were like, no, this is not a space for us. Literally, they felt like, no, we should not be having this conversation. This is a women problem. This is a women issue. So why me as a boy or as a man, I have to have this conversation? So I had to create that environment for them to understand that menstruation is a social issue. It's a social issue because it involves everybody supporting and creating safe environment for women to enjoy and experience their menstruation. So by the end of the session, these boys were very much enthusiastic. They showed willingness to even support women in their spaces and become future girl daddies, you know. So this conversation is not just about women. This product is not just about women because also men, as heads of homes, they provide money and budgeting for the family. So if a man do not know how to, they do not know about menstrual health, how will they incorporate it in the family's budget?
It's almost impossible.
So when they know about an eco product that can sustain them, the women, for 10 years, they're able to budget for it firsthand. And while some might feel that it's expensive, its initial cost, if you are to go to a pharmacy or a chemist to buy it, you might feel 1,500 could be a bit expensive, or 1,300 could be a bit expensive. But the long-term benefit of saving 240 shillings every month is worth the sacrifice of buying a cup. And for us, we're giving it for free. So anybody who wants to get a free cup, just email info@kudu.org. Also, you can reach out to WASWA through our social media. Just type waswa.org or WASWA Kenya, and you will be able to reach out to you.
Mary, we are in the first quarter of the year, now that it is March, and you have reached this far. What's the goal by the end of the year in relation to your mission and vision statement as a foundation?
Well, by the end of the year, we have strategic objectives we've been working towards meeting. One of them is to increase awareness on menstrual hygiene management, to engage boys and men in the fight against GBV and period poverty, to engage policymakers in the conversation about equality, gender equality, GBV, and menstrual health, and also to promote environment sustainability. And in our journey, we target to reach at least 10,000 individuals, girls, women, boys, and men with our initiatives. And I'm proud to report that so far we've reached about 3,000. And we are moving forward. So we look forward to surpass and to also get sufficient support, increase partnerships with anyone who want to join us to make this mission possible. And also, I'm glad to share that we've been part and parcel of CSW 69 conversation and the Beijing Plus 30 declaration. So we're also going global and also putting the voice of Kenyan girl, Kenyan young woman, Kenyan female student into the global conversation. So in terms of visibility, I think we are also making milestones, and we look forward to more opportunities, collaborations, and impact for this year. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Generation Equality Forum that has given us an opportunity as young feminists and a platform to share about what we are doing in the grassroots, and also to engage into these global conversations and dialogues. Yeah, so as WOSWA, we also aim to distribute at least 10,000 cups this year.
10,000 of these.
Yes, and also a shout out to KUTV for helping us and giving this product for free, because they had committed to give us the cups, and we are waiting for them, and as soon as they come, we are going to have a massive campaign to end period poverty and to end environment degradation through period waste.
We've talked so much about this product and its sustainability, affordability, how it's bringing happiness, changing moods, juu tunapunguza stigmatization against or around menstrual cycles of our ladies. How does it work? Tuongelele hiyo, tusitoke hapa hivi, maybe kuna mtu alipata na hii product leo mara ya kwanza on this set, but they did not get to understand how does the KUTV cup work.
Well, thank you for that question. If you hold the cup, you can feel it's plastic-like. It's flexible. So the cup is made of medicated grade silicone material, making it very flexible and foldable. So before you use a cup, first you have to disinfect it. So you disinfect it by boiling it in water for 5 minutes. So boiling it in water in the context, because I understand we share this information and we give the cup to especially rural communities. So by our cultures, boiling a menstrual product, mixing plates with
sufuria, sufuria na napika chai.
Yes, somebody might find it uncomfortable. So I want to separate the anything that would make this product unacceptable. So what I mean by boiling it in water for 5 minutes, you boil water separately, okay? Then you take the cup, you put it inside a basin or the thing you use for showering. It could be a bucket. Then you pour the hot water into the bucket that holds the cup for 5 minutes. You leave it to disinfect for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, remove your cup. Then wash your hands. You don't want to pass the germs you picked on surfaces into the cup, right? So you wash your hands to make sure your hands are clean. Then you're going to fold the cup before you insert it. So there are different folds you can make. There is this fold. There is also C shape. This is a C shape. So I prefer, some people prefer this fold, others prefer C shape, but my favorite, I love using C shape because
what informs the
Sorry?
What informs the shape yenye mtu ana prefer C shape yengine?
So the shape is for in terms of comfortability when you're inserting. So some people prefer inserting ikiwa hivi. They have their own reasons.
Hivyo inakaa ndogo.
For me, C shape inakaa ndogo.
Hizi vitu tunafaa tu learn ndio.
So
funza hao madem.
Hii ni C shape. So nikisha fold hivi ki C shape, una squat kiasi. Then ukisha squat, unaingiza. Ukiingiza, cup itafunguka hivi. Cup ikifunguka, kuna hizi holes on top of the cup. Hizi holes zitafanya isakile hewa ambayo ingefanya ianguke ili stick firmly on the cervical wall.
So ni kitu naweza rukaruka nayo, nicheze maisha yangu ikuwe normal.
So unaweza rukaruka, haitatoka, haitaanguka, unaweza lala, unaweza enda swimo. Why unaweza enda swimo? Unaweza enda swimo, unaweza lala na bath suit, okay? So hii product ukiangalia vile imetengenezwa, hii rubber like material, hai leak. unlike tampon unaonanga saa zingine watu wanava tampon wanabana pad juu kuna hiyo
inaweza mess.
Yeah, inaweza leak sock. But hii vile imeundwa hai leak. So damu itamwagika pale ndani ya cup. Itamwagika after some 8 hours. Hii utatoa kama pad, unaona issues za hygiene, dampness, ina make mtu anakaa uncomfortable na bloat. Hii damu yote inaingia ndani ya cup. Then ili kuitoa mtu anafinya hapa chini. Unafinya na hapa ili ile pressure, si tulisema imeshikana tightly on the cervical wall.
Yeah.
So ukipress na hapa chini na release pressure ili hizi shimo ziache release hewa kidogo ili kwe rahisi kuipull. Then mtu ana empty. Then anaosha tu sasa na tap water, si maji moto. Then ana fold tena, then ana insert.
Kama anarudisha, anarudisha.
Alafu ukimaliza probably unaistore na place yenye si chafu. Usichukue tu cup uweke pale juu ya kabati. Inakuja na ka bag kake. Na ka cloth bag ka kuiweka. So
haka. So haka ni ako ka kusaidia kuweka.
Ka kusaidia kuweka.
Ka kusto. Sorry, unajua kusaidia kuweka, now that hapo ni Kiswahili inaweza kuwa nao ni insertion, na tuongelelea hiyo, tunaongelea about the storage. Hii product tumeongelelea kuhusu tu, maybe kuna watu wame complain about comfortability or something like that. Kuna health risks za kutumia. Kuna watu wame report some health risks kwa hizo effects ama side effects za kutumia the KUTV cup.
Well, so far tumekuwa tukicollect data. Tukipeana cup, we do a baseline study questionnaire ambayo tuna collect information ya ule mtu kuhusu product amekuwa akitumia before apate KUTV cup. Imemcost pesa ngapi, changamoto zipi amepitia. Then after some 3 months tunarudi kwa ule mtu ambaye tulimpa cup, tunamuuliza feedback. So kwa feedback tunamuuliza experience yake kulingana na vile ametumia cup. Kama kuna zile changamoto amepitia, kama ameitumia. Unajua pia unaweza patia mtu product na asitumie. So pia tuna collect information na tukiangalia watu wengi hawaja complain ati product imewaathiri kiafya kivyo vyote. Instead wamesema the product has been very resourceful to them. It has saved them the costs of the income pads. And while there are few wenye wamesema walikuwa na changamoto kuingiza, and again I explained you have to pay attention on how to use the product. And information we share to all users before tuwapatie cup.
Na watu ambao wana surround the users, because you've said this information hata sisi tunahitaji kujua.
Yes.
So that when we are leading the girls in our lives on how to use it, tunawape correct or proper information.
Yes.
Mary OJWANG, hii kitu nimeiona sana majuu. Nimeiona US, hii ya KUTV inatoka US. Nimeona zingine from Netherlands or Holland, watu kama kina Kim Vakulen wa Foundation Move Up wakisukuma. Hii kitu, the reception ikoaje hapa Africa kwa our ladies? Are they embracing it vile iko? Ama mbona bado tunaona vitu kama sanitary towels ndo ziko sana kwa shelves, kitu kaa hii sipati kwa shelves?
Reception bado iko chini. Na Kenya Demographic Health Survey pia imeconfirm only 1% of Kenyan women and girls use reusable product.
Wanasema ni wanawake empowered. Sisi wacheni tutumie towels.
But pia ni kwa sababu ya vile society imetulea. Unapata product kama hivi kwa wale wasichana nimewapatia, utapata user ako very willing kutumia. Lakini pale nyumbani guardian anataka atumie. Wengine tumewapatia, akifika nyumbani guardian ama brother ama elder sibling amechukua ile cup akadiscard. Akamwambia hizo ni nini unaleta? So bado kuna a lot of need in terms of creating awareness about the product. Ndio maana as a leader of WOSWA naomba usaidizi. I cannot do this alone, who also cannot do this alone. And we also have resource limitation. If we get sufficient support, financing, we can do a national campaign about the sustainable and eco-friendly products for people to embrace it. Bado kuna hizo myths na stereotypes about virginity, product ita break virginity and all that. So we need to do more awareness raising.
Kabisa.
Haijakubalika 100%. Wanawake wanataka kutumia, but the people surrounding them vile wanaiongelelea
discrimination, stigma. Kwanza walewa hizo ni manini? Hizo ni mawatch.
Wanataka kuwekelea, they want to name call it and shame people who are using the cup.
It's not us, it's not African, it's not natural.
So yeah, there is much to be done in terms of raising awareness.
Kabisa. So tumesema kidole kimoja kivunji chawa. We need a lot of unity. Wanasema unity is strength, na unity ndio itatusaidia kusukuma kama ni conversation ya kuelezea watu the importance, the need to have sustainability when it comes to issues to do with women. Ndio tumalizane na hii period ya poverty. Wewe juu unahitaji unity, unahitaji watu wa come on board wa kukusaidia. Let's talk about partners wenye tayari wanasaidia WOSO as a foundation, na how others can come on board, or hata volunteers, watu kama sisi wenye wangetaka kusaidia kwa distribution, kusaidia kwa spread your information, awareness, create awareness around all these stories na issues za ending period poverty. Our partners wenye mmekuwa na wao na wengine wenye wanaweza kuja on board.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Eshe app. It's a women health app ambayo last year ilitusaidia heavily kufanya our campaigns. It resourced us to even hold an event at the University of Nairobi. And we want to call upon Eshe app again. Mkuje vile mlikuja last year. Support us. Support us. Your resources can go a long way to help us reach more girls and women, to share about your product, which is the Eshe Women Health app, as also talk about the issues of menstrual health, gender equality, GBV, access to justice, etc. And also a shout out to universities. Alupe University in Busia County. Alupe University has been really resourceful, supporting our champions there, led by Ruth Mwadziwe, who has been really doing a good job reaching out community, empowering other women and girls. I want to thank Alupe University administration for that kind of support. I also want to thank our champions from Masai Mara University, and also the University of Nairobi, where we are now leading from the front line, supporting us, providing us with platform, providing us with resources, and also always coming through when we need support and venues to hold our events. And I want to thank our patron, Professor Anne Asei, for her dedication, because hii kazi si rahisi. And we are not being funded. At the moment, we are not being funded by any organization. Ni zile pocket money. Female students wanajitolea, anaingia kwa mfuko yake kidogo, anachanga. Female professors like Professor Anne, kidogo kidogo anatoa yake kidogo, anaitisha wenzake, and that is how we've been surviving. However, if we are funded, we can do much more. So I know kuna organization kama Fawe, Femnet, UN Women, this big donor organization, and even the smaller ones. We are looking up to you, and we want to call out to you to support us, to support our initiative, to help us meet this impact. And also to you guys. Thank you for having this platform for us, because if we are not here, they will not know that we exist and we are doing the kind of job we are doing.
Kazi yetu ni kuambia dunia.
So
to amplify the voice. Hapo kwa community wanaongelelea nini? Wanaongelea how we can end period poverty. Hiyo inaleta sustainability. Juu sustainability inakaa na heshima. Heshima inakambaka na peace kwa familia zetu. Hakuna daddy sina pads 240 ya huyu firstborn, 240 ya uko na wasichana watatu wote wanahitaji. Uko na bibi, unapata wengine wamebarikiwa, they have other babies. when unawanunulia kila mtu 13 ama 1500, tuseme $1500, $10 kila mtu $10, unajua for 10 years hiyo kitu nimeondokea. Ni emotional support to chocolate hapa pale. Inakuwa shwari, si ndio?
So media houses have been instrumental in amplifying our voices. Standard the other day covered our story. And I really give a shout out to media houses for giving us this platform to talk about our work. And also kuna zile grassroots organization zenye wamekuwa wakitu organize events, because organizing an event is a big thing. Wake na Vijana Initiative in Githurai 44. They have been very instrumental pale kwa grassroots coordinate na organize hizo meetings na kutuita twende to make impact. Footprints of Hope kule Busia County, they are really doing a lot of amazing work working with girls and young moms in the communities and supporting them in different ways. So those are some of our partners wenye wametushika kabisa. So so when we're talking about 10,000, they are other people who are really journeying with us. Femiscope Initiative, they always call us and collaborate. The Nairobi County, the leadership of the Nairobi County, like they call us to those stakeholders meeting where we are able to network and know who is doing what and synergize and work together to help each other. We cannot do this alone as WOSWA. So Nairobi County government has been really resourceful. And the Ministry of Education, linking us with the school health program teams that have been really helpful in helping us access these educational institutions to raise awareness about different issues on GBV, menstrual health, and even do our mentorship in these institutions. So I just want to thank everybody who has been part of this journey. And the support we have received is amazing. And we look forward. And also go to our website and check out how we can partner. Also info@woswa.org is where you email me and I'll be able to respond and we discuss how we can work together. We work in 47 counties. We are a national organization. So if you're in Turkana, we have people who work with us in Turkana. If you're in Samburu, we have a very nice gentleman who is supporting our initiatives in Samburu. We're in Narok, we're in Busia, we are in Kilifi, Mombasa, name it.
Kila mahali.
Kila mahali hadi Lamu.
Yule ambaye hataweza kutumia email, mpe social media handles.
Social media handles, WOSWA, WOSWA Kenya, that is where we are. Also, we have a website, www.woswa.org. And also, I encourage you to also WhatsApp us at +2547121 112732, and we will get back to you and address all issues in terms of how we can partner, mentorship, how far we can work together and make an impact together.
Asante sana. Sasa fanya hivi. Turejee Ngamani. Nataka tutoke hapo yetu. Kwenye Ngamani ni wapi?
Siaya.
Siaya si mbali na Homa Bay. Leo tumekuwa na mtu wa Homa Bay. Tukatoka kwa Homa Bay tumekuwa na Kenneth B. Odongo. Alitupea yake but kutuambia ni wapi, but ni ya Lake Region. I feel like leo tumekuwa na Lake Region edition kutoka OJWANG. Sasa tunaingia Siaya. Si ndio?
Yes.
Lines za kikwetu. Could be a methali. Could be a tongue twister. Unaweza miki moja hivi. Could be a riddle. And then to translate in the language that they can understand. And then tuambie kwa heri.
Wow. That is really hard. Because my dad will not be proud of me today.
Kwa nini? Juu ya kuongea language ya kwenu?
No, because I'm so pathetic with it. But nitiengero mawacho ni hey, dear cousins. What do I say?
Dear ancestors. Whatever you do.
Mose worth. Pole pole ndio mwendo, yeah?
Good. Sasa tuianze, we introduce, alafu ipige, si ndio? Lines za kikwetu. Tunakataga hizi segments ndio tuweke huko nje hata wengine wa participate. Si rahisi, we understand. Kuambiwa tu tupe wisdom kwenu. So tunaweza ianza tena.
Okay, acha nipeane wisdom ya comrades.
We piana. Bora uwape in mother tongue. Alafu uta translate.
So, wawachonia telo ikawo kuming'ato. The translation is power is not given, it's taken. And what I'm calling out to us as young women, we should not sit and wait for anybody to present these opportunities. And it's a call for all of you, all of us in our spaces to be proactive, to share our voices, to challenge norms and stereotypes, and to claim a seat on the table. And where there is no seat, let's bring ours and sit on it and put our voice and keep advocating for ourselves in those spaces.
Kabisa, 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 kabisa. To all women out there in the world, as you continue to march forward, power is not given, power is taken. Warudi wasiseme hawakusikia.
Telo ikawo kuming'ato. Bring your seat to the table if there isn't any available for you as a woman. And do not be scared. Be shameless. Be audacious. Talk issues. Talk agenda. Be shameless.
Be shameless. Hapo ndo tunamalizia hiyo show. I feel like it has been a Lake Region edition. Moja safi, moja tamu. We've talked about 3 issues, or we've addressed 3 issues today. We started with mental health. So we had Berian Seda tukaongelea mambo ya mental health. Tukatoka hapo hivyo tukaingia kuhusu poetry and how we're using poetry to achieve peace talks, peace inclusion, tukiwa tunaweka peace ya wanyama pori na sisi binadamu. Tukatoka hapo hivyo now with you, Mary OJWANG, advocate wa gender, na vile vile founder wa Oswa, and all the good things you've been doing, the lives you've been impacting pale Oswa. Tukaongea kuhusu how we can end period poverty. Nimefurahi sana. God akubless. Pia wewe mtazamaji popote pale ulipo, God akubless. Kutoka kwa kikosi kizima ambacho kimefanikisha hii leo KUTV Rise Today Art and Culture Monday, tukiongozwa na mwelekezi vile vile mtayarishi wa kipindi Ryan Ngure. On the transmission umekuwa na Charles Olerunke. Na nikumbusha kwanza kuna feedback. We have feedback. Watu walikuwa wametuma pale online. We've been online on KUTV Rise Today, KUTV Kenya YouTube, KUTV Kenya Facebook. We have Kiriri anasema the show is lit, we are tuned in. We have Jilo Mamu pia ni our social media manager right here at Kenyatta University Television. Ametoka MKU akakuja KU aka make sure anapitia all these audio visual editing, TV studio technical operations. Hizi ni short courses ambazo tunapeana hapa hivi KUTV Kenya so that we can achieve kufikia kila mtu. Unaona vile woso mnatafuta sustainability, pia sisi tunatafuta sustainability. We have a lot of students who never achieved C+ and above grades za kuwapeleka campus, but they are very passionate about some skills they have. Could be audio visual editing, could be TV journalism, could be graphic designing. Mambo yote wanakuja wanasomea hapa KUTV kwa university. Wakitoka hapa hivi wanapata certificates and media accreditation, wanasukuma kazi. Wengine tumewatuma Standard, tumewatuma Cape Media, tumewatuma sijui Cape Media Max. Sidhani kuna media house, mainstream media house ambayo haina a product from Kenyatta University TV. Sisi kazi yetu ni kugrow na kuwapandisha. So hao wote wanafurahia. Chalu Olerunke nimekuambia kwa pale hivyo wanasema tuned in from Kaputiel, Kajiado County. Watu wa Kajiado pia wamefurahia show. Tunasema asante sana. Asante pia Toby on the camera. Kazi safi tena zaidi. Kesho KUTV Rise Today inaendelea Biashara Tuesday hosted by Sylvia Anyango. Mungu akitujalia tutapatana papo hapo. Na usisahau jalali halali wala hali wali au ugali. Unaniita OJWANG, mtoto wa Mariam, Senior Warrant Officer 1. That's it for today. Shukran sana. Shukran pia Mary. Kazi.